All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Hope you guys are finally off vacation. Welcome back to 2023. Rook in the building. What's going on, man? Ray Patterson, what's happening? Will Wright, what's good with you, sir? Chris Brown, what's going on, man? Kevin Gilmore in the building. Mike Ryan, what's going on? He said, not everybody happy 2023. What's up, everybody? Happy 2023 to everybody. And hell no, Crawford not doing that. Look, man, I'm gonna be begging this whole year for a good Crawford fight. I'm gonna tell y'all ahead of time. I'm gonna be begging this man for a good fight, man. We got to get a good fight out of. We got to get a good fight out of Terrence this year. Have to get one. All that other stuff to the side, man. We got to get one today, man. We got to get one. Got to get one this year. Absolutely, positively have to, man. But we'll see what's going on, man. I just want to chop it up about whatever's good with everybody. Lord Golden in the building. What's going on, sir? Hope you're feeling well. Thank you for being a channel member. Greatly appreciate it. Absolutely greatly appreciate it. We'll wait for some cats to come in. I put the video up a little bit late. Getting old, sleeping in more than I should be. We got 10 people in the house this early. There should be 10 likes. We got 7 likes. We got 11 people in the building now. Y'all starting to flow in a little bit, man. But yeah, man, obviously it's the second day of the year, so not a lot of news out there in the boxing world. But we can start talking about what's going to be going on, what's going to go on next. And Ryan said, argue about Bud against whom? Fanon agreed about Bud, but against whom? You know who I want to see, man? I want to see the Boots fight. That's me. I want to see the Jaron Ennis fight. Top, front and foremost, I want to see the Jaron Ennis fight. Because Jaron Ennis is definitely one of the top 3. I don't even think it's reasonable to call him a 4. But, you know, there's people out there to say what he hasn't done and all of this and all of that. And, I mean, I guess that's fair. But, you know, I would still say he's at the least the number 3 welterweight, which if you take away an Errol Spence fight, then the best thing for him is the next best guy, which is Jaron Ennis. So, you know, provided Jaron gets through this fight this upcoming Saturday without a lot of hiccups, then hey, man, I think it should be a go, man. That should be the next thing to pop off, man. Because I would very much like to get to Undisputed. I would very much like to get to Undisputed, man. I really, really would. But I just, you know, I'm not very hopeful that, you know, that it's going to be made the easy way. You know, I think there's a lot of people that are really, you know, got their Andrew Gray, what's going on, brother? How you feeling this morning, man? Man, Cat Slow getting here this morning. Cat Slow on this Monday morning off vacation. Yeah, I just think that's the best way. I think that's the best way it can take place, man. That we can really get a good fight out of Bud, and we get one out of Jaron, and then we get one out of. I like the Keith Thurman Spence fight, and that may be a little bit selfish on my part because I like both fighters. I'm a fan of Errol. I'm a fan of Keith Thurman. I think it'll be a really good. What's going on, Cornelius Bennett? Trash Talk Gaming. What's going on, bro? Rocco McBride in the building. What's happening with you, man? Just up this Saturday, this Monday morning talking this boxing, man. On that grind, brother. On the grind. I'm looking forward. Y'all think there could, man? I'm wondering if there's gonna be, man. I don't have a feeling for an upset. He said we will never get a good fight from Duck. Hey, what's going on, Orlando Pearson? How you feeling this morning, man? Hope you're doing well. You're in Atlanta, so it's an hour later. You're in the East. You're out East Coast, so it's at 9 o'clock. So you up working early. You're not up working really, really early. Terry Schmoot in the building said Bud versus Boots on BLK Prime at the Chicago at the Chi Center in Nebraska. Let's make it happen. Hey, man, let's make it happen. I'm 100% for that. BLK Prime, get the money together. Let's make the fight, man. You're hitting the gym? Okay, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna hit the gym after I get done with this and get some other stuff, man. I need to start getting up in the morning and doing that. You're a better man than me. So what's goody with you for 9 in the chat, man? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Just want to talk this boxing with cats on this, to begin the year. Hopefully, we'll start getting some good stuff. Well, I mean, only man, we just got one fight at the end of the month. They got shut down. I hate that. The one with Jermel. Hell no, we better not make that happen. What you talking about? What you talking about, LR? Better not make what happen. You guys got to help me. He said, always a lot of drama with Bud. Yeah, there is, man. Rick Blackwell in the building. What's going on, Mr. Blackwell? How are you feeling? I am chilling most. Kenny Moore said, if Pacquiao actually makes a return, would you be interested to see Crawford versus Pacquiao? And do you think his awkward style is enough to beat Bud? I mean, I would be interested in the fight. And no, I do not think his awkward style is enough to beat Bud. I think he's 43 years old, 42, 43 years old. But, I take the fight. I have a sadistic side to myself. So, I take the fight better than Avenetian, I think it's a better fight than David Avenetian, even at that age, man. But look, Bud said he wanted to fight 3 times this year. My understanding is 3 times. So, I don't know what 3 fighters there are out for him to fight that are halfway decent. So, I mean, he would probably I would say, Manny Pacquiao is better than most. Even at that advanced age, he's probably better than most. But then again, depends on really what he got left in the tank. But he probably doesn't have a lot left in the tank. I have a suspicion. Adrian Vent in the building? What's going on, man? What's going on, Ricky Cooper. Hayes Dow say waiting on Spence to spin the block. Unification Trump mandatories. Nah, brother. No, it doesn't. Not in this particular instance, because he turned them down, man. Bevo Boxing, what's good, brother? He said, "What's up, Fanon? Happy New Year! Salute to the chat." Yes, sir, man. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to you, man. We got a slow chat this morning, huh? Hold on one second. There you go. PBC going to freeze duck ass. I don't know, man. I don't think there's going to be I don't think they're going to freeze him out. I think he frees himself out, man. I think he frees himself out. But I just want to see the good stuff, man. Bud never ducked any of his mandatories. Can't say the same thing for Errol. I don't know. I think you're definitely trolling, and I like that, man. Adrian Vince said 3 times this year, Budrick going to fight a local barber, a Walmart cashier, and finally Bernie. Hey, man, really though, I think Adrian Braun are going to be one of them. That's me. I think Adrian Bronner. I think there's a higher probability for an Adrian Bronner fight than you believe. He said, too early to troll, even for me. Hey, man. Double R in the building said, what's good? Happy New Year, OG, man. Happy New Year to you. Barbara D, good morning, sister. How are you? He said, Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. Yeah, we had our first New Year chat yesterday, though. Yesterday afternoon. But let's talk about this. Does anybody have any upsets taking place this week? Hey, yeah, I guess so, Terry. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Hey, man, he want the easy route in Thurman over Statiotis. That may be. Yeah, you might actually trolled your way to something commonsensical. That actually made sense. But look, man, he's got to fight his mandatories as they come up. But you know me, I'm so pro Bud, so pro Errol that I can't see, that I'm just being silly when I say, the WBC mandatory, they made the mandatory first. It is what it is. Adrian Vince said, I'm upset Coppinger gets away with a lot of BS. Hey, man, he can do, it is what it is. It is what it is with that one. I said my piece about the man in that article. Because, dog, that was definitely, man, that was scummy, man. I mean, that's such a low blow. Like that thing was that's such a low blow, man. Such a low blow. Like, and you have any type of like, I mean, like you got any morals about yourself, man? That is such a low blow. Rick Huber said, excellent question. What was the excellent question? Hector is not, yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, yeah, Hector Garcia, that's a good fight, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, maybe you could argue that he caught people slipping, right? He caught Gucci, like he caught Chris Colbert slipping, but I don't think that he did. I think that man's a good fighter, man. I think he's a good fighter. Lord Golden in that super chat, brother. Thank you for this. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, man. He said, I heard Lopezs and Regis in April. RIP rapper Gangster Boo. Oh, yeah, absolutely. RIP to the Gangster Boo. But I never really heard her music. But definitely. Lopezs, and you're talking about Teofimo Lopezs and Regis in April? For real? Teofimo, you're talking about Teofimo Lopezs and Regis Prograis in April. Man, they trying to sell Teofimo Lopezs, man. They trying to sell Teofimo Lopezs to the, like, what did Teofimo Lopezs do to deserve that? I can't see it, man. Chop Money, what's good, man? You know, I'm chilling, man, waiting for y'all to wake up this morning. You know, coming off your holiday haze. Coming off that holiday haze. Anita Pointer, is that her name? Anita Pointer? Yeah, RIP to Anita Pointer. Tank is going to try to inflict some real punishment. Hey, man, he just need to go out there and box, man. Do his thing, man. Don't overdo it. Don't get overexcited. I hate that I can't go to that fight, though, man. Rick Tim said, I'll say happy 2023 instead, because technically New Year doesn't begin until late March when life returns to the vegetation and animals mating, springtime, because nature dictates the seasonal changes. Hey, man. Hey, get out of here with all that hippie crap. Hey, man. Hey, Rick, don't bring all that hippie stuff, man, around here, man. I ain't trying to hear all that hippie stuff. You know, I'm not trying to hear all that hippie stuff. Yeah, let me go ahead and give the 10 count to Gangster Boo, Anita. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. RIP. RIP. He said, I ain't trying to hear all that. Yeah, man, I ain't trying to hear all of that hippie stuff. Yeah. Any chance Jamal get Benavidez and Plant winner? I don't know, man. I think more than likely, I think we're going to get the Andrade fight. I'm looking for Charlo Andrade. No joke. I'm looking for Charlo Andrade. For me, March is fall in the southern hemisphere. Hey, I'm just telling you, man, it is what it is, man. Happy I won't even say it. I don't want to get in any trouble. Facts are facts, buddy. Nature is a motivation, not the Gregorian calendar. All I did is call you a hippie. I'm joking, man. It is. I understand what you're saying. You know, it's the calendar. It's the calendar. It's the calendar that everybody has to work off of here. Anyway. Yeah, I prefer Andrade. Like, I want to see Jamal and Andrade. And then, the winner of that, the two of the winners of those two fights can fight each other. As long as Canelo, like, eventually starts dropping those belts, man, like, you know. Charlo and Andrade been years in the making. Yeah, so has a lot of that stuff, man. Charlo Andrade's been years in the making. Charlo Canelo's been years in the making. A bunch of those guys have been years in the making with for those belts, man. But everybody made the mistake of trying to get a big fight with Canelo, and Canelo went into whatever you want to call this last section of Canelo Alvarez's career, the whack part of his career. Man, that's really tough, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was a fan of Canelo's, but that just kind of went. You know what I mean? That just kind of went blah. You know, just went blah. So does Tank still fight Ryan if he gets upset by Luis Garcia? Who is Luis Garcia, man? I'm not responding to nobody's Luis Garcia. Is his name Luis Hector Garcia? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think he's gonna fight him if he wins. I don't believe it. I still think they're gonna pull something out, man. I think they're still gonna pull something out of their backside in that particular fight. Like for me, that's what I think. Hold on one second. That's my take on the matter. Oh man, much love in that cash app to Black Cherry 66. Much love said with the $10 holler said, I just want good fights. Hey, me too. Me too. Me too. We still got the hat, and you still get to take the advantage of the emojis of the Happy New Year emojis. They haven't gotten them off of Cash App yet. Jay Milton in the building. What's going on? Say good morning, Fanana in chat. I hope Bud just retire and spare me the anxiety. I mean, honestly, man, I would prefer he go ahead and fight Boots because he's an excellent fighter, man. He's really an excellent fighter. All this other stuff to the side, like all of the, dang well you ducked Errol Spence stuff to the side. He's a very good fighter, man, and there's really great fights to be made with him in them. My thing is, I just don't want to sit around. I'm not just going to sit around and continue to put any pressure on Errol Spence Jr. to get Terrence Crawford to do something he doesn't want to do. So since he doesn't want to do it, I mean, okay, how about you want to fight Boots? That's me. Does Frank Martin take over Michelle Rivera #1 spot to fight Tank since he won? I don't know if they're going to move him all the way up to #1 or not. That's not a guarantee. I don't know where they would have moved him up to. And honestly, I don't even know if they changed their ratings. Let me see. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Nah, and matter of fact, Ryan Garcia was #1. Frank Martin is #2 now, but he's still behind Ryan Garcia though, whose last fight wasn't even in a weight class, and that's a little bizarre. That there is a little bit bizarre. Much love in that Cash App, man. For Robin, Mr. Double R 1723 said, much love in that Cash App, brother, said, for the support of the channel. Thank you, brother. Much needed in the month of January, brother, where it's real dry out there. It's real dry out there as far as the other ways to support the channel. So thank you, bro. Good morning, y'all. Much love, brother. Thank you, Jay Mills, for that support. And thank you to everybody that's supporting the Cash App. Thank you so much. Wow, Garcia hasn't even fought at 135 in like a year, and not for the WBA sanctioning body. Yeah, well, yeah, he's still, according to this, he's still #2. He's still #1 in the WBC. And somebody just asked me how I knew something. I don't know what you're talking about. Oddly gifted Kennels, brother, with the color in the chat. Thank you, brother. Say good morning, Fanana in the chat. I'm tuned in, just cleaning Kennels. Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. And like I said, man, let me know if you get them baubles. Let me know if you. Let me know about. Hey, what state are you out of? Let me know if you get them baubles, brother. Let me know if you get them baubles. My wife ain't trying to hear it, bro. Like for real, my wife is not trying to hear it, man. Good Body Alias said, "Wow, how can he still be #1?" Hey, man, because they put him there. You know what it is. They do what they want to do. Is their ranking system. So they do exactly what they want to do, man. Period. Jay Mills, I agree, but he kind of made it clear that he only trying to fight easy, no-name fighters for money. I lost all but interest. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is a kind of, he is what it is what it is, Jay Mills. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But at the same time, man, he's a very good fighter. So I would definitely like to see good fights. You know what I mean? He said those are very expensive dogs. Worth it though. Well, then, oh, you're in South Carolina? Okay, yeah, that's a little far. Well, then, if they're very expensive, I may not be getting them. Because, man, dogs are expensive as they are, man. I can get a big dog out the pound if I want another one. But like I said, my wife is, how do I know what? Fahim, how do I know what? You got to answer. You got to give me that. You got to tell me, what do you mean? How do I know what? John, $4,000 dog. Oh yeah, that's a little expensive. I can't buy no $4,000 dog. John Ryder, an actual challenge. What you think after there's no way around solid fighters in the super middleweight division? Look, man, I can't say if he's a solid challenge or not. I saw John Ryder put up a good fight against Callum Smith. I saw him get a gift decision against Daniel Jacobs. What happened to Zeus? No, Zeus is here. Zeus is not. Zeus is in the other room. I got another older dog that looks like it's on it, that there's more on his last leg. But and I don't really like dogs to be alone, But anyway, nothing happened to Zeus, man. Zeus is good. Zeus is like 4 years old now. So Zeus is still young, still, doing what he's doing. I agree with that, Adrian Vent. Now that I agree 100% with. Like, I'm looking definitely like Dave Morrell, like all these young fighters that are coming up, man. I want to see. I'm looking forward to them. The guys like the Monster Inoue fight, like Monster Inoue versus Steve Fulton Jr. I'll be looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, the young fighters like Gary Antoine Russell and seeing what he's going to get in with somebody. Obviously, Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. Where's team captain John Bowie? I don't know, man. He ain't here today. He's not here yet, man. Shoot, man. He be working, man. All those type of dudes, man. I'm looking forward to all of those guys, man. Like, see those younger fight. He like guys like Xander Zayas and what is that man's name, man? Like Keyshawn Davis. I'm looking to like some of those guys to start coming up and really getting their name out there. So that some of the older fighters, like the generation of fighters like Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, Danny Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, and those guys, as those guys start kind of fading out, looking to see some of these other guys, some of these younger guys come up. That's why another reason why I want Boots there, man. TBE is TBE said Fanon, or Boots versus Spence. Fanon, still you still favor Spence? Yeah, nothing changed. Nothing changed for me. Even though I really haven't had an opportunity, TBE, to talk about the fight in a long time. I mean, but I think it's a good fight. I think it's a very good fight. I favor Errol to win the fight, but I just don't think Terrence Crawford wants to fight. I believe what he says. And he says that he doesn't want it, and I believe he doesn't. And I believe he doesn't want it. You know what I mean? He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. There's nothing you can do except for, say, okay, well, if you don't want it, then what are you doing next? What do we get to watch next? That's where I am with it. So Boots is right there. And Boots is not going to happen for Errol this year, more than likely. If it happens at all, it's going to probably happen. I mean, if it happens, it's probably going to happen at 154 pounds and not 140 and not 147 pounds. That's the way that I see it, man. So I don't believe, and I'm not going to say I don't believe it, but I doubt it. There you go. Rick Tins, maybe for $9, maybe as low as 1,500, but that's the cheapest. But for a solid bloodline, you're gonna have to pay for those puppies. Yeah, I know, man. It's be expensive, man. I would love to get one. But at the same time, man, I got a very needy dog in my house now. So, and I've got children in my house. I got not a child. My son is a young man. He's not a child anymore. So, I'm looking forward to some freedom, a little bit of like freedom in about 2 years where I can go and do the things that I want to go do. You know what I mean? Hey, Jay, much love. Jay Mill said, looking for John Bowie. That's what's up. Yes, sir. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for the support, man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, happy year, bro. Yeah, okay, thanks, brother. Gotcha. Lord Golden in the building. Do you think Crawford can beat Boots? I don't think he will, no. I got Boots in that fight. I think that's a bad matchup. I think that's a very bad matchup for Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford's going to wind up being in something he ain't been in yet. Because Terrence just not been in a tough fight. And I just think that kid, there's a lot to that kid. But can he beat him? I mean, like, I'm not looking for him getting no one-punch knockout on him. So that's my thing. It's like the thing about Bud for me is what happens when you don't get that knockout. Because he's living off like, starting slow and just catching somebody. Finding boom, he caught him. Like, you're living off of that for a while. And I don't know, man. I like eventually, that kind of poots that kind of goes out, man. You know what I mean? Said the troll is even testing my resolve. I mean, it's what it is, man. The dude got, it is what it is. Like, I'm trying to be positive today, a little more positive than I was yesterday. Because no joke, man, that whole thing, man, really ticked me off with Mike Coppinger. Like, that is just, come on. Like, this kid just got, like, this kid just got, it was good news. Javonte Davis is not going to be in trouble for this particular thing. To me, that's good news. Where you hear something like, hey, this young man, I'm sorry, I'm going to call him a kid, where people are accusing of something that winds up not being true. To me, that's good news. Right? That's good news. But for him to dump on that guy after that, like afterwards, it's like, oh, just in case you don't think he's, just in case you stop thinking he's a scum, here you go. Let me put out something that is so leveled in such a jack-legged way to make him look bad. It's like, man, that's just so underhanded to me, man. So underhanded. Such like legitimately a hit job on that dude. And it's like every time. Yeah, it said the article on Tank was awful and classless and unnecessary. Completely. And say what you want to say. I'm telling you, man, that's the only one. There's a couple guys, like, if I owe apologies to people, I'll give them. If I owe them, if I don't, I ain't giving you one. But if you do, like, for example, Dan Rayfield, man, I really regret Dan Rayfield's not on ESPN. It was like out of the frying pan into the fire with Mike Coppinger. Even Steve Kim. Like, it's like they just get worse. So I'm almost want to say, man, hey, look, I hope Mike Coppinger stays, because I can't imagine what's going to happen. I can't imagine what will happen to get worse than that dude. Like, he is so obviously against these dudes, man. Like, it's so obviously agenda driven over there, man. I remember Kovalev, Coppinger didn't have the same energy on Kovalev, who's proven guilty. Hey, man, that's tough for me, Adrian, because I try to give everybody, until somebody's actually, convicted of something, I like to leave things to the court system. So it doesn't bother me that somebody didn't have energy for Kovalev, right? But, as much as it bugs me when they do have this type of energy for anybody, because we have the right to have our case heard. You have a right, you have a presumption of innocence and the right to have your case heard. So the right to face your accusers in a court of law. So when I see stuff like that hit piece where the guy basically says not nothing happened, but that all of these charges were dismissed, Like, you just listed a bunch of dismissed charges. I think that's scummy. And I use that word specifically. I think that's scummy. And shame on you for doing it, man. Nobody does. They don't deserve that, man. You know what I mean? You're sticking your thumb in the pie of justice, bro. It's not fair. Ray Rice was wrong AF. I can't take up for a man that did that. I don't care. She forgave him and still married him. I would never do that. And it's on camera him doing it. And he said he did it. He said he did it. She said he did it. It's on camera that he did it. Right? All of those things, that's a completely different scenario, man. That's a completely different scenario. Terry said, Tank got exonerated from one thing, gets trashed for another, did the same thing with Udoka and Joe Manzula and others. Did it to Ray Rice too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the Ray Rice stuff. To me, seemed like Ray Rice. I thought I saw that. You know what I mean? I thought he was like, straight up on that. But it is what it is, man. TBE is TBE said, what I hate most about boxing is just holding back certain fighters. Yeah, I can get that. I don't like this network stuff. Ray did her like Tank did Rolly. Yeah, I mean, you gotta exercise some self-control, man. You know what I mean? You gotta exercise self-control, bro. Salute. Iron sharpens iron. Iron. What iron has Bud fought? I mean, look. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Man, there's a lot of people, man. Jim Kelly had a reputation for that. There's a lot of dudes like that. Where are the accountable women? Man, I look, like I said, I'm not into that, man. I'm not into that. I am 100% into somebody gets accused, they go to court, you sit down in front of a judge and or a jury, and you figure out what happens there. And there you go. And that is it. That's me. I'm not big on any of that. So you're just not going to get, because there's too many instances where people have not, where it's wound up, where somebody has gotten their name dragged through the mud and they didn't do anything. And maybe I'm just, old fashioned or something, or excessively, idealistic. But I mean, I just think that if you guys really want to be treated, if you really truly want to be treated fairly, if you really and truly want to be treated fairly, you should treat other people fairly. Keith Pierre said, Bud never had a 50-50 fight. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. But that doesn't mean that he's not a good fighter. So, I mean, shoot, he fought good fighters. I just don't think he ever fought anybody that was, at the top of the game. The difference between that and what's going on with what's his name? With Errol Spence is that, dude, is this a guy that's at the top of his game? Like at the top of the game. He a top fighter. So not fighting the top fighter when you have an opportunity to fight the top fighter, to me, that's like Canelo Alvarez giving a shot at Jamal Charlo and Jamal Charlo saying he don't need the fight. I don't need the fight, and then going to fight somebody else on another network. When it's just that's the closest scenario that the closest that it really seemed to be to me is like a Canelo, is like Jamal Charlo turning down Canelo, right? And that wouldn't make any sense to me. If they're in a negotiation, the guy's saying, like outwardly saying, I want to fight you. You're the only guy that I want to fight you for. It's undisputed and all of that. And then he won't fight anybody, and you won't fight. That to me is what that is. It's not saying that Terrence Crawford's never fought or never fought anybody that is a good fighter, because I don't think that that's true. I think that he has, because Sean Porter's a good fighter. You know what I mean? Sean Porter's a good fighter. I think Victor Postal was a good fighter. I thought Felix Diaz was a good fighter. I think a lot of these guys are good fighters, bro. But at the same time, are they guys that are like at the absolute top Are they guys that are at the absolute top of the game? Are they one of the best fighters? Are they one of the best fighters in all of boxing? No. So passing up on that is disheartening for me. However, you got another one. He said Porter there, the duck fight, which, oh yeah, I mean, it's not, it is what it is, what happened in the fight, unless they had some like gentleman's agreement or something going into the fight, Yeah, look, man, he's a good fighter though. I'm not gonna say, dude, Sean Porter's a good fighter. He's not a bad fighter. Porter through the duck fight. I mean, there's a certain amount of speculation around that, man. You know what I mean? There's a certain amount of speculation about whether he threw the fight or he didn't throw the fight. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Where has he fought someone where you thought he would lose? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. The closest one was nobody. I agree with that. Nobody. I don't think he fought anybody I thought he was going to lose to. And he walked away from the fight for the one guy that I thought he would lose. So I'm looking, but there's another opportunity, man. There's another opportunity. When is he? Okay, so now Kenny Porter took money and thrown the towel. Hey, look, man. Terry Schmoot, I'm going to actually take your comments serious today. I have no idea what they did. But if somebody dude, he didn't have any reason to throw that towel in, Who this Errol face folks thought he would lose? Kell Brook. Rick Timms. Kell Brook. A lot of people thought Errol would lose to Kell Brook. A lot of people. A lot of people thought Kell Brook. A lot. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Kell Brook. Also, who else? There's some people thought he's losing Sean Porter. Mikey Garcia. There are a lot of people thought he was going to lose to Mikey Garcia. Some people thought he was going to lose to Ugas. I do believe Terrence Crawford's camp thought he was going to lose to Ugas. I've heard people talk about he was going to lose to a lot of people, man. Now, if you ask me who do I think he was going to lose to, I didn't say any of them. I mean, but different people have different opinions. Me, I didn't say anybody. Oh, yeah, Fanon, don't forget a lot of people picked Ugas as well. Yeah, absolutely. Nah, I mean, I don't know how many people thought he was going to lose to Lamar Pearson, but, it is what it is. Fanon, if Bud has never had a tough fight and ducked the one fight he was offered, my question is, how do you think he's a great fighter? Look, man, I think he's a very good fighter, man. I can't say, did I say great? I think he's a very, very good fighter. I think he's a great fighter, man. I think he is. I said I think he is. I don't know, though, because he didn't fight Errol. I mean, dude, you look, man, you preaching to the choir, man. Don't preach to the choir. And, in this one, I know he should have taken that fight, man. But look, he didn't take that fight. So he can prove it with Jaron Ennis. For me, you can prove it with Jaron Ennis. Yeah, I mean, the eye test for me works. It is what it is, though, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There's a difference between opinion and facts. When you know for a fact, you need no need for opinions. Yeah, but you don't. I mean, what do you know for a fact, man? Boxing is so super subjective, man. It's super subjective, man. I think he is. I mean, come on, man. I think he is. I don't think all these guys talking about him are wrong. There's a whole bunch of Hall of Fame fighters that say this guy's a great fighter. So, who am I to doubt? Who am I to not doubt what these guys have to say about what they think about him as a fighter? However, back to dude, you put me now. Somebody needs to go ahead and write this down. Okay, go ahead and write this down. That I'm defending Bud on that particular thing, bro. Yeah, Danny Garcia because of the car wreck as well. I've heard a lot of people think that Errol was going to lose a fight. A lot, not just some. A lot. Okay, a lot of people. Sugar Ray Leonard, exactly. Only said that because of that Tommy Morrison fight. Spence is on record saying Terry Norris Spence was on record saying Terry Norris was his guy. Oh, yeah, he didn't like that. That's funny. He didn't like that, huh? I mean, it is what it is, man. Y'all can look at the end of the day, though, man. I want to see the Jaron in this fight. It is what it is. Now, the Keith Thurman fight, I want to see the Keith Thurman fight as well. I want to see the Keith Thurman fight. I'm big on that. I like that Keith Thurman fight. I hope it doesn't wind up being somebody else because I'll be disappointed. And I'll be disappointed in that. Lamar Jones said Crawford's camp said he might lose to Ugas and said Ugas was trash after the fight because Errol beat him badly. I mean, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. There's a lot of people who say something going into the fight and switch up afterwards. Whatever the case is, though, I ain't got any problem with it. I want to see Errol. I want to see the Errol Keith Thurman fight, and I want to see the Terrence fight with Jaron Ennis at 147. That's what I want to see. And I think that those are realistic things that can be done to save the sport of boxing. However, if Bud don't fight anybody this year, then it's just a wrap, okay? It's just a wrap because he's got the opportunity to do it. Hey, Michael Seeley said, Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you a lot. Life is good said, and Happy New Year to you, Michael Seeley, and to your family and all of your loved ones. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But so you want to see him fight Spence? Ennis fight Spence. I have a suspicion that Ennis and the Errol and Spence fight can get made. But if that gets made, then there is no Bud fight. There's no good Bud fight that is going to take place. That's me. And I'm going to put some links in the chat today, man, because, it's still kind of the holiday, man. We don't have a lot of people in here. Thank y'all for everybody that supports today. It really does mean a lot. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. He's going to, if he does, he does. You know what I mean? What can I say? If he does, he does. If he destroys him, he destroys him. That ain't, I mean, it is what it is. I like to see I saw the Ugas fight. He destroyed Ugas. I'll take it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I just tell you, I think that maybe you guys are underestimating Keith Thurman a good bit. That's me. I think you may be underestimating Keith Thurman. But hey, what's going on, Freddie Manuel Jimenez in the building? What's going on, brother? I hope you well, man. Yeah, I think you're underestimating him, man. I think you're underestimating him. Man, these notifications did not go out this morning. That is real weird. Duck will fight Broner. That's a whack fight because Broner is overrated and washed. Yeah, I just think that they're going to fight, that they'll set that fight up because he's in because they're over on the same network, which is still blowing my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, that whole BLK Pride thing is still blowing my mind, man. Like, man, come on, man. Well, that's like, not that I have anything against the network itself, but it's just, dude, we did not need another network, man. Like, that is just not needed. We already have three. What did we have? Three? Already got three boxing networks in the United States. BLK, I mean, it's a network, I guess. I mean, it's a place that they air fights. You know what I mean? It's somewhere where they air fights. Hey, Mike Kirkland. Much love in that super chat, brother. Say congrats on reaching 10K subs real soon. Brother, thank you for that support, man. That means a lot. Thank you very, very much, man. Well, I wonder why there's only 200 people in the chat today, man. This is really weird, man. It's a real low number of people. I know I put my thing up late, but I would just think maybe people didn't get their notifications or something, or they're not showing the video kind of shit. This is weird, man. Real strange. Yeah, thanks, man. Hopefully we'll get there soon, man. You know, don't count the chickens before they hatch, but I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Look, I don't know if it's a Ponzi scheme or not. All I know is it's not necessarily something I want to see. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? No, Martin, is that Keith can't hold the body shots from Errol? Maybe. We'll see. I have not seen him get beat by body shots. I've seen him get hurt by body shots. I have. But we got to see. You know what I mean? We got to see. You just got to see. You got to see. That's me. I still like the fight because Keith Thurman's a legitimate fighter, man. And he's going to be prepared for it, man. That dude got to know they coming. You know, he may have got caught. Nobody likes getting hit with body shots, but he may not have really seen it coming. In this particular instance, he's going to see it coming. You know what I mean? YouTube starting off 2023 off with the shadow ban. Nah, there were a lot of people in there yesterday. Don't put that energy out on me, bro. Yeah, it's no notifications. They didn't send any notifications for it. That has to be what it is, man. But it is what it is. Demo Gaming said, I never get your notifications. Oh, is that? Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Bo said, I'm tired of hearing people slander Thurman's performance against Barrios. Thurman won 9-3 and left Barrios looking like an Avatar character. Yes, Thurman got hurt to the body, but when doesn't he? I mean, you know, but I think that's what they're saying, man. He said, I didn't get the notification. I had to check based on the time. Yeah, clearly they screwed me over on this one, man. They're like, clearly they screwed me over on this one. It didn't send out notifications. And they didn't. They must not have put it up there. He said, you're right. I didn't either. I had to check my subscription for you. Yeah, they screwed me over this morning. Hey, Fanon, I was on vacation for the last few days. Have you mentioned Lopez's dad talking about he would knock out Regis at 140 pounds? Nah, I haven't talked about that, man, because I ain't really got a lot of time, man, for any of that conversation. I don't really have any time to talk about Teofimo Lopez's father. Like you can say what you want. Your son looked like garbage in his last fight. He had a fight before that. The fight before that, he looked like garbage. So you're garbage 2 out of 3 times. But you're going to go and you're going to knock out Regis Prograis. If he gets in there with Regis Prograis, more than likely that man is going to get hurt, bro. That's my take. Hey, Will Wright said, Fanon, which is weaker, Thurman's body or Bud's chin? I don't know, man. Both seem a little bit iffy to me. You know, both seem a little bit iffy to me. But if I had to say one or the other, I don't know. I might go with Thurman's body being weaker than Bud's chin. I might have to go with that one. Something like that, you know. Something like that. But I mean, I'm just not putting a lot into. I'm not gonna put a lot into Keith Thurman, man. Just not gonna do it. I mean, not Keith Thurman, into Teofimo Lopez. Because I don't believe in Teofimo Lopez. And it's a shame because Teofimo Lopez, you know, I just thought they brought him along too quick. Or what they said, you know, his ego's just so big. His ego's so big that he just thought he couldn't get any better. And, you know, once you think that you can't get any better, when you think you can't make it, like, you know, what is there, man? You know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, it's kind of whatever for him, man. There's some other guys that are floating that way too, like Keyshawn. I hope Keyshawn Davis ain't like that, because Keyshawn Davis seemed a little bit, you know, he's a little bit sold on himself too. Kamal Oz said, who you got, Conor Benn versus Javonte Davis? You got no, I ain't got no baby to me. Conor Benn has some nerve demanding the WBC reinstate him quickly. The audacity of Ben. Let me take Kamal Oz. Much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. Conor Benn need to be out of boxing for several years. And people are not going to want to fight you because you just pop dirty, you know, and they're more than likely not going to just reinstate you and let you like that. Just, and I think he's he's still ranked in the WBO though, which is weird. Adrian Molina said, hey, Fanon, has been going on a while. I don't always get notifications when I'm early. It's because I received it. Other than that, YouTube doing you dirty. Hey, man, if it's happening to me, it's happening to other people, man. So I don't think they're going to go out of their way. I don't think they're going out of their way to do me dirty. But today is a little odd. Like, it's odd. You know, like that's really odd. But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Rick Tim said Conor Benn needs to have several seats. Yeah, just sit down, man, and get out of here, man. Like, I'm not, it's like I'm saying, like Conor Benn, man. Conor Benn. First of all, I never thought Conor Benn was that good. To be dead honest with you, I don't think Conor Benn's that good. And Conor Benn looked like he was juicing. Oh, Will Wright said, what happened to my gone for now? My bad. Much love in that super chat, brother. Will Wright in the building. There you go. Sorry about that, brother. And to Kamal Oz, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you. What happened? Okay, I got you, man. Show up, show out, smash that like button to subscribe. Absolutely, man. Show up, show out, hit that like button to subscribe, man. Absolutely. Fanon, would you about Bud and Manny? What do you mean? John, you got to rewrite that, man. What do I think about Bud and Manny? What do I think about Bud and Manny? Is that what you mean? I don't care about the fight, man. If they fight, I'll be okay with it because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I said if Errol fought Manny, I'd be fine with it. So if Bud fights Manny, I'd be fine with it. You know, I think I did a video maybe 2 weeks about that. So I don't want to be inconsistent. Martin, I'm looking at the power body shots of Keith. Does have a soft spot. Yeah. Also, how you like David Plant fight? Oh, I love the David. I love the David Benavidez Caleb Plant fight. I'm amped about that one. Is there a date on that yet? Freddie Jimenez, is there a date on that yet? Much love in that super chat to Freddie Manuel Jimenez in the building. And Jay Milt's in the building. What's going on, bro? He said, gone for me and Mr. Will Wright, please. Yes, sir. Much love to y'all, brother. Thank you, man. Sorry about being a little bit slow on the gong, man. It's just weird that these things didn't go out today. But it also might be because, you know, it's the day after the vacation and it's in the morning. So it could be that too. It's just weird though, man, that there's that few people coming. Hopefully March or April. Yeah, man, they cannot. That's the one thing that really sucks about boxing, man. The amount of time it takes to make a fight. It takes so long to make a fight, man. So long to make a fight. Anyway, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. So one of y'all want to say something to me, we can do that this morning. Hold on. Bud already ducked Manny. Yeah, I've heard that. I gotta be honest, man. I never really looked into that really closely. Just be honest. Tony T said maybe Thurman needs a Crowley type tune-up to get people excited about it. Nah, man. Look, dude, if he gets a tune-up, he's not gonna have the mandatory. And then there's no mandatory. He's gonna lose his shot. He can't take a tune-up. And he fought earlier last year. He's all right. He's all right. He just had a fight last year. For Keith Thurman, they know that's like super busy. You know what I mean? They signed it after January sometime. Yeah, I really wish that they would have. I wish they could have got I just don't. That's the one that bugs me. It takes so long to make these fights, man. Lamar Jones in the building said, do you think Haney petitions for Taylor or Regis for his first fight at 140 in 2023 proves he moves up like he says for his fight at 142? I don't know. Will he petition for a fight with Taylor? That's the WBO. I don't think he can do that because he's not the super champ. Or Regis at WBC. I mean, like, he can petition to get in there. He should be high in the rankings, but do I think he's going to fight Regis Prograis? No. I do not think he's going to fight Regis Prograis. Josh Taylor, much better chance at the Josh Taylor. But Josh Taylor is so risky. I hope so, though. I mean, I would like to see him, and I could definitely give him a chance to win both of those fights. But, man, I wouldn't mind seeing him. I think those would be really, really good fights. I think that'd be great fights. I'd be amped. That's another fight that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the Lomachenko fight with Haney. Haney Lomachenko. That should be a good fight, man. Like, it's unfortunate that there's questions being brought up about the timing of the fight already, right? And how it's going to be difficult for Haney to wait that long for the fight. But at the same time, I'm like, if you can't make the weight in May, then maybe you should drop the belts and just move up. You know what I mean? Just drop the belts and move up. if you can't make it in May because you're going to move up anyway, right? Life is good in the building said Bob Aaron prevented a lot of fights, but Bomac and Bud were to blame also for fights not happening. We have to hold them accountable. I don't think I can hold them, man. Hey, Lamar, by the way, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for the support, man. I don't think that I can hold that man. Hey, Cadillac 6, what happened to Frankie Randall? I don't know what happened to Frankie Randall. I do not know what happened to Frankie Randall, man. No clue. And that is not boxing. That is a trivia fact, man. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what happened to Frankie Randall. Hold on. Let me check. Frankie Randall died from dementia and Parkinson's disease. Yeah. Unfortunate, man. Yeah, that's funny though. That's a first time in a long time somebody did that to me. I used to have that happen all the time. People would get in there and try to test your boxing knowledge, ask you some questions that are like real like real ask a bunch of questions that were real like hard to put your head around, you know, or like some type of obscure stuff, you know. So I can't even speak on it, man. He pulled Randall out of his back pocket. I think he passed away yesterday. No, he passed away. He passed away like 2 weeks ago. I think he passed away like two weeks ago. Yeah, I remember Rocky Lockridge. Well, let me put it this way. I remember seeing Blood Boxing just do a video about Rocky Lockridge. So yeah, I know Rocky Lockridge is. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're trying to do. So yeah, I have seen him. Hey man, let me tell you, man, y'all not going to be quizzing me about Frankie Randall and Howard Knight fights. Okay. Like, dog, I've seen a lot of boxing matches, bro. I have a hard time remembering it happening in a lot of them. Okay, so like, come on, man. I don't know what to do with all of that. Tay215 Philly said he popped hot after the Chavez fight. That was a good fight. Forget Bud. Charlo moves up. Errol moves up. We get great boxing. I like that idea, though. I mean, eventually they're going to move up. But I would love to see me for real. But Crawford, but Shakur is calling out Devin, though. I mean, you can forget that. That fight ain't going to happen. Devin's not going to take it, and they're not going to take that fight. That fight is not going to get taken, okay? You can wish for that fight. You can say that fight, that's one of them fights that are not going to take place. The fight with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. That, even the way they answer, the way that they talk about that fight, you know it's not happening. Yeah, we can make that fight when the time is right. Dude, that time. How many fights have you ever seen made when after people say we're gonna fight when the time is right? Like I don't know of a time when I've ever heard somebody say we'll fight when the time is right, and that fight actually take place. I don't buy it, bro. You know what I mean? Time to turn off the gas on sparring stories. I love how Tank countered the Haney Garcia video, saying wait until I get Garcia. It's Tank's wheat in the DMV. Who has the best performance of this weekend? Hey man, I'm a big fan of let's get past the fight. Bowl in the building. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you, man. For 9, did you see the Floyd versus Emmanuel Augustus fight in Detroit? Ed Lover was the ring announcer, and the dude was irky jerky and made Floyd earn that check. Floyd said he was, yep, I saw that fight, man. I watched all Emmanuel Augustus fights or Emmanuel Burton fights. Absolutely. I watched them all, man. I watched all of those fights. Shut up and laugh. You said, I got Loma over Haney. You think I'm wrong? I mean, I'm not going to tell you I'm wrong. I think Lomachenko has a chance. I pick Haney in the fight because Haney looks like a fresher fighter, but I definitely don't think it's going to be an easy fight. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for him at all. No joke. I think that's going to be a tough fight. All around tough fight for him, man. An all around tough fight for him. Because Lomachenko is not easy. It's not an easy win. He's not been an easy win for anybody. So I think it's going to be a fight where you're going to see Devin get tested. You know? So that's why I like that. That's why I like that fight. And, you know, he didn't look that good. He didn't look that good against Jermaine Ortiz, but he won the fight. And Jermaine Ortiz, yeah. Especially if he can't really hurt Lomachenko. Yeah, if you can't really keep him off you, it's gonna be tough, man. The real life is good. The real drunken master, Emmanuel Augustus, one of my favorites back then. Yeah, Emmanuel Augustus is one of my favorite fighters, without a doubt. Loved Emmanuel Augustus. Loved Emmanuel Augustus as a fighter, man. Absolutely loved Emmanuel Augustus as a fighter. No doubt about it. Haney will probably make it look easy. I doubt it. I doubt it very much. Like, I doubt it very, very much that he makes that look easy. If he makes it look easy, okay, all the best for him. You know what I mean? But I don't see him making it look easy. You know what I mean? Said Fanon, absolutely. Crawford said the same thing about Spence, and the fight never happened. Yeah, the fight, it'll happen at the right time. That's like code work for nah, man. I don't see it happening. But at the same time, without actually saying that you're not looking for the fight. You know what I mean? It's like a way of saying it without saying it, that you're really not looking for that fight. That's what it seems like to me. That he's not looking for the fight. And I mean that, and it's just what it is. When Devin Haney and those guys said that, I was like, even when the manager for James Prince said that about Shakur and Devin, I was like, okay, this fight's not happening. You know, I don't know if they think they can build this as some mega fight later down the road, but nah, not to me, man. I don't see it as a mega fight. I see it as something. I see it as something that should take place right now. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know what it is. You know, people do what they do, man. Augustus isn't dead. Manuel Augustus didn't die. Yeah, Manuel Augustus didn't die. Emmanuel Augustus got Emmanuel Augustus is only 48. Emmanuel Augustus didn't pass. Hey, the Rise Podcast, what's going on, brother? Salute to you, sir. Yeah, man. Who do you think is the most complete fighter in history? Offense, defense, heart, no biases. I mean, bro, I can't answer the question with no biases, bro. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do with that one. Like, if you want me to, who's the most complete fighter ever? I couldn't even tell you. Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson. Floyd. Sugar Ray Robinson. Something like that. I don't know. I can't. I really couldn't tell you, man. I really couldn't tell you. There's a lot of fighters, man, and those type of conversations are very difficult to have. They're very, very difficult to have. Life Keys, Pretty Boy Floyd, aka Money Mayweather. I mean, you know, I think there's a lot of totally complete fighters. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Sugar Ray Robinson, I'll take the easy route on that and say Sugar Ray Robinson. You know, but I think it's definitely going to be a welterweight. Somebody in the welterweight division is somewhere around that weight range, because those are the weight ranges where you really have to be the most complete. You have to have good speed. You got to have good speed. You got to have good power. You've got to have, good ring generalship. You got to be aggressive. All of the above, man. So yeah, man, that's for me. You know, Mayweather I mean, look, I think it's probably always best to keep it in the in the time frame that you've seen boxing, in the time that I've seen boxing, I think probably the most complete fighter that I've seen in boxing is Bernard Hopkins. Like, if I really had to pick one, it's Bernard Hopkins or Andre Ward. If I had to like say who it just the most like somebody that can do everything very well, I think it's probably Bernard Hopkins or Andre Ward. Because I think Andre Ward, those guys can really get you on the inside. I know Floyd can fight on the inside, but I don't see Floyd as being somebody that is really excels at fighting on the inside, So I don't know, man. Bernard Hopkins or Andre Ward. Like in the completeness of them, Andre Ward can do everything well. I think that Floyd had the things that Floyd did very well, Floyd can do better than other people. Like I think the things that Floyd can do very, very well, he does really, really, really well. But I don't think I'm not saying he doesn't have an inside game. I know that he does, but I'm not really seeing him just sit there on the inside and really wear cats out to the body. Where I've seen that out of where I saw that out of Andre Ward, I saw it out of Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins is a lot of trouble, man. Because they're like that's well rounded. That's to me something like that, man. Something like that. I would say something like that. But I could be wrong, bro. I can see why people, why other people could see things differently than I did. But absolutely terrific fighters, man. Absolutely terrific fighters. For nine, I didn't even think of B-Hop or Ward. Yeah, they're all around fighters who'll fight on the inside, fight on the outside, that have excellent defense, right? Who have great ring generalship, right? Who can kind of do everything. I would say, I think that he can do everything. Yeah, Tank is a great fighter. Tank can do everything too. He can fight from the outside. He can fight from the inside. Yeah, he's got very good defense. He's very, very offensively effective. Tank is a very, very good all-around fighter as well. And so, you can say, I think he's more well-rounded than Devin is, because Devin really can't. Devin doesn't have the ability to walk you down, right? And just really walk you down, fight on the inside, wear you out to the body, and get you out of there. So, I think it's just interesting stuff, man. It's interesting, man. James Toney was real complete too. Yeah. I can't tell you why Hopkins never fought James Toney. I can't tell you. That was a natural fight to make. So I couldn't tell you. Wow, the irony of me asking about Emmanuel Augustus today is his born day. He just made 48 today. Wow, again. Yes, sir. Shout out to the great Emmanuel Augustus. I say, man, he's a young dude, man. Is it today? Yeah, it is. January 2nd, 1975. Fanon, watching Floyd Augustus again. Great inside fighting. No, I'm not saying that he can't fight inside. I'm not, and I have watched it. I'm not saying he can't fight inside. Trust me, I'm not saying he can't do that. I know he can. But you're just asking me, who do I think is the most all around, right? Yeah, he's 48. Only 48. Yeah, he didn't. He fought Floyd. So, he ain't 60, right? But 48, he's been out of the ring a long time, man. He was a really, really talented fighter, man. He was a really, 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 really talented fighter, man. Really, really, really talented fighter. Ward in that Super 6 made you put some respect on his name. Yeah. For me, his entire career. Andre Ward's entire career had me having respect for him. I respect all these guys, man. Now, if you say who's the best fighter for me over is Floyd. It's Floyd. Yeah, I think so, but not as wide a margin as some of y'all may think, though. But I would say, yeah, he's probably the best. He's probably the best fighter. But you say the most well-rounded. You know what I mean? I say, in basketball, people don't listen to me, don't do this the way that I do it. But in basketball, somebody asked me who the most well-rounded basketball player is, I'm going to say, I don't know, somebody like Man, I don't know. LeBron James may be the most well-rounded basketball player, right? Because he can play the post, he can handle the ball, he can do all shoot outside, he can do all of that. I don't think he's the best. I just think he probably is the most well-rounded, though. When you look at all of his individual skills, very, very well-rounded. More well-rounded than Jordan is. Because Jordan is not really, well, he can post you, but he ain't getting he ain't gonna pull down 15 rebounds, and all that is just not big enough for all of that. So for now, we saying that B-Hop more skilled than Floyd. That's not what I said. That wasn't the question. The question is who's the most well-rounded. It's two different things, man. Who's the most well-rounded? If you get the most skilled out of the most well-rounded, whatever. I'm telling you, you asked me who I thought was the most well-rounded. And the most well-rounded fighters to me are Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward. Those guys to me are the ones that I think can do everything and will do everything in the ring. They're in the paint type of dudes. They can fight on the outside. They can also stand at mid-range. They can fight on the inside. They can fight. I mean, you know what I mean? They can just do what they needed to do, Ward said he took the jab to the stomach from Floyd. Yeah, he ain't and Floyd got that from somebody too. But look, I say it is what it is, man. Yeah, he cannot defend 7-footers in the paint. Yeah. But I don't think he's a better basketball player. But he is more well-rounded, because he has the ability to do that. Dude, I don't want to debate this stuff, man. Seriously, man. Like, for real. What couldn't any of these guys? These guys are Hall of Fame fighters. They can all do all of that. They can all do all of that. All of it. They all can do all of it. And none of those guys can't do it, bro. They can all do all of it. They can all do all of it. They're all Hall of Fame fighters, man. There's no glaring differences between them where they're just light years away from each other. For the most part, these guys are in different weight classes. But it is what it is, man. I will say Floyd and Ward both know how to take away opponent's best weapon. They can all do that stuff. Like, they can all do that stuff. There's not one guy that can do that stuff. I'm still kind of irritated about that. These dudes really screwed me over this morning. Definitely did not send stuff out, man. Definitely did not send stuff out. I got to see something, man, because this is really irritating. Hold on one second. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, yeah, say, yep, no notifications today. Yeah, they screwed me over today, man. Anyway, hey, what's going on, T. Wells? How you feeling, bro? What's going on, man? Some have glaring weaknesses like Camacho, but we're not talking about that level of fighter because, dude, they are not that level of fighter. Haney may be that level of fighter, man. We'll see. We'll see over time. We'll see over time whether or not he's that level of fighter or not. Brandon Tudor, just randomly checked for you because of the time. No notifications for me either. Yeah, I mean, thanks, YouTube. It is what it is, brother. But hey, Bo supported in the super chat, brother. Thank you much for that support, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's real weird how they work, man. It's real weird how they work. But look, like I said, man, I'm gonna put another link in. Some of y'all like to wrap it up, like to chop it up. Links in the comment section. It is usually over 800 people in the chat by now. There's not 800. I don't know what's going on, man. It may be vacation day. Who knows? It's not 800, 400, 400 or 500, something like that around this time, around 400 or 500. But it is what it is, man. It's just, I don't know what's going on with it, man. And I'm not going to restart that. I don't want to restart the stream just to make those things go out. Life is good for nine. Stay strong, brother. Rise podcast. See you this morning. Got to get this work in. Yes, sir, brother. Get that work in, man. He said, oh yeah, everybody's IT staff's out. Look a fellow said, good morning, Fanon, man. Good morning to you, brother. He said, Fanon, you come on the same time, man. Monday through Friday, these people, these are the people really. Yes, sir, absolutely, bro. You know that. Absolutely, brother. Thank you so much, man, for the support, man. Yeah, there's some people I don't usually see up in here, though, like John Bowie. Haven't seen John Bowie, Debbie Booker. Did see my man Terry Schmoot in here. It's all good, though. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, all that who's the most well-rounded fighter and all that. I mean, that's, like I said, that's my opinion, man. That's just my opinion. And it's really hard because it's really hard to do because you could say any one of those guys are better than the other guy, Yeah, I checked because of the time, no notification. Thank you, Passionate Puncher. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for checking in, man. Thank you. I appreciate you for checking on me this morning because that YouTube is kind of doing something today. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, but anyway, so it can be either any way that you want to look at it, man, you can look at it, bro. You know what I mean? When I don't get the notice, I start looking for your live. Thank you, brother. Will Wright, that's what's up, man. Yeah, Boots is well-rounded, but I can't say that he's there yet because, he's early. He's not actually early in his career. He got like 28 fights. So he's not that young. He's not even that early in his career, man. He's really pretty far along in his career, man. Hey, T. Wells in the building. Thank you, brother, for that support, man, in the super chat. It means a lot, man. Thank you, brother. He said, for the Unk of this boxing talk, salute to all the guys in the chat. In the snow, on my way to work. Let's go, Tank. Terry Schmoot and T. Wells on BLK Prime. Hey, yo, get that money, man. Go get it, man. Yes, sir. Rise podcast, brother. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. He said the real ones knows what time you come on. Don't need a notification. Yes, sir, bro. They do help, though. That ain't no lie. But it's probably the vacation day, man. It's all right. We'll see tomorrow. Happy New Year. Hey, Zacharias B said, good morning, Fanon. Happy New Year to you and your family and blessings to you in 2023. Thank you. Yes, sir. Blessings to you. No notifications. Good. What's good, Fanon? I'm chilling, man, talking this boxing, man, trying to get somebody to get on here and rap with me. But I can't get them. You know how it works. Fahim Sator said, hey, Boots is a total package. You just need the right scalp on his resume. Yeah, that's pretty much it, brother. Go Rome said, better late than never. Yay, Grome 30. Yes, sir, man. Go ahead. It's definitely better late than never. Salute to the Rise podcast and blessings. I got kicked out of the chat, but I think it's all good. The Rise podcast throwing people out of the chat. Smoothie King right back at you. Man, I didn't know they even kick people out of the chat, man. Them the most affable guys there are, man. Those are the most affable guys that there are. January 7th is going to be a good fight card. Let's go. I think that was great for Tank and his team to put together the first promotion of the year. Oh, it's great, bro. Let me tell you, man, I don't get no smoke. No smoke show today for not. There's never any smoke, bro. I never get smoke. I do get people gossiping on me saying that I've said things that I didn't say, by the way. So whoever's out there gossiping, thanks for gossiping, bro. Appreciate that, man. And lying on me. But that's all right. You have to be a piece of work to get kicked out. Yeah, over there, you got to be real. You got to be on something extra special. You got to be on something extra special to get kicked out of the Rise podcast, man. Come on now. Those guys are nice. They agree. You even got people on the panel that consistently disagree with each other, but they still polite, can have adult conversations. So you got to be on that king level. You got to be on that king level of troll to get put out of there. You must be trying to get kicked out doing that. He said, that's free advertising for 9. Hey, I'll advertise for the Rise podcast all day. I will absolutely positively do commercials for the Rise podcast. I don't mind free advertising for them. I'll advertise people that are members of the channel. I'll do it all the time, bro. Our moderators don't play, but I think you was an accident. Well, you know how to solve that. King troll level, yeah, it got to be something. You got to be super troll level or something over there, man. I don't know, man, because honestly, man, I'll be listening. I listen to them. Y'all just coming in y'all come on in the evening. The way they tell if you're doing a great job is about how much people hating on you. Well, I'm doing a great job, bro. For now, I'm saying the people who are starting rumors are for or free advertising. Okay, yeah, that is what it is. Because, bro, I'd tell you exactly who I called a scumbag. I called Mike Coppinger one because I thought what he did was scumbag level. I didn't say anybody else was a scumbag. I didn't mention anybody's name as a scumbag other than him. And I maintain that one. Because that, my friend, I would tell Mike Coppinger that to his face. Yeah, bro, that was scumbag, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be over there, man. I'm going to be over there, man. Yes, sir. That was straight up. That was Happy New Year's, everybody. Brad Pearson, Happy New Year's to you. Yeah, dude, that's super scumbag. Absolutely, positively. That was scumbag. Chris Manners got caught up too. I didn't hear what he said. So I can't speak on it, bro. I didn't hear what he had to say. Kamal Oz in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, salute Fanon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly.
Hey, so I just want to give, before I go into boxing, I want to give a heads up and a congratulatory praise to TCU, Michigan, Georgia, and Ohio State. I haven't seen two better playoff games like that in a long time. Those boys put out. We're going to have a great national championship game. Can't wait for that. Everybody buy this pay-per-view coming up Saturday. I'll be buying it for sure. It reminds me of those old Richard Schaefer Golden Boy cards. When Richard Schaefer was running Golden Boy, he used to stack the pay-per-view cards and the cards, and you just have fight after fight after fight after fight. That's good. Finally getting Boo Boo Andrade joining Al Heyman. Excited about that. I think it's funny that the media is asking Andrade now about Canelo, knowing that Canelo will never fight him. But you can't ask Canelo about Andrade. Notice that hypocrisy there. Canelo's probably going to fight John Ryder, and Eddie Hearn is using the excuse that the WBO is due, but it's not. Because the WBO, as soon as he beat Plant, they said that he had 18 months till his next mandatory shot. So technically, the IBF should be up next. And lastly, I'm just going to touch base on Teofimo. Teofimo lost badly to Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin was robbed of a knockdown. He had one officially, should have been two, but even without that knockdown that the ref missed, he schooled Teofimo Lopezs. Teofimo Lopezs said after the fight, "Do I still got it?" And for him to be talking about going after Regis Prograis, it's just cap. You know, no way Bob Arum's going to put him in there with Regis Prograis looking like he's looked now, because Regis Prograis will probably just end his career. I feel bad for Sandor Martin. I don't know how the WBC got away with making a title eliminator a 10-round match instead of a 12-round match. Speaking of Teofimo versus Sandor Martin, because that was a joke in and of itself. That fight should have been at 12 rounds for any kind of WBC mandatory or title. All right, that's all I got for now. Thanks.
Oh, man, all day, man. That's what's up. Come on. You make sure you always come in and do that. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, because I need to give you your own solo deal so I don't have to make these videos. Where'd you go, Kamal? I was still rapping to you, man. Kamal, hey, I like Kamal, man. Kamal jumped in and out of there. I never get a notification, to be honest. I just know the time. Boots is the new face of boxing and pay-per-view star, in my opinion. Shout out to the channel. Thank you, brother. And my man, T said, "Cat sleeping in today." Yeah, they probably did. That's probably it. It probably is. I didn't even see my mama watch my show this morning, man. Come on now. I'm purchasing that for sure. 401 in the building all day. Yeah, that fight's getting purchased. I just wish I could have. I wish I could have went to that fight, man. T Orlando is our resident troll. No. T Orlando is counsel. That's counsel right there on all litigation issues. Key to Life said, "Okay, I got much love in that super chat." Hey, thank y'all for supporting the channel, because really the super chats and the cash apps, that's what counts, because that's what really pushes the channel. It really does all of that stuff. And we know a lot of times you got people out here, kind of in that. We don't have any trolls in the chat this morning. Oh, that's what it is. And there ain't no trolls. We have no trolling. We troll free today. Oh my God. We're troll free today. Look at this. No one getting clipped. Oh, wow, dude. We are troll free today. Amazing, man. Now that's positive. You know what I mean? That's a positive. Oh, yeah. King came through early. Remember? Yeah. But this is what counts. No joke. This was what counts. Oddly Gifted Bully Kennels, brother. Thank you, bro. He said, hit us up on Facebook, Oddly Gifted Bully Kennels, Gmail, Oddly Gifted BK@gmail.com. Pups dropping late January, and check Facebook page for upcoming breeding. Thanks for the promote, Fanon, and God bless. All the time, bro. You guaranteed 100%, bro. Oh, T Orlando, see, I like T Orlando, bro. Oh God, I'm so rusty with a lot of stuff, man. I really appreciate Orlando, bro. That's real weird, man. You became, seriously, no joke, man, Orlando. You became really quickly. I hate that it took so long to get you unblocked, man. Really, because it is a joy to get corrected on diversity of citizenship. Like, to me, I was like, wow, thank you, man. I really appreciate that, because I don't want to be out there saying stuff wrong. You know what I mean? But oddly gifted Bully Kennels. And, you know, I also heard other people call you oddly gifted, because that's what's up, that oddly gifted. Shout out to the great oddly gifted in that super chat, man. Y'all need some bullies. Make sure you go to my man, oddly gifted Bully Kennels. Also, I want to start breeding dogs. I would love to breed dogs. I want to start looking down that avenue, you know, for my, like, during later in my retirement years, man. I was like, I want to do that with like cats, though, like Savannah cats and stuff like that. But anyway, yes, sir. For now, for real, man, all day, brother. Other cats call it oddly gifted because that's sweet. That's a sweet name. And again, brother, thank you so much for your support, and thank you to everybody that continuously supports the channel. 2023 is going to be the year, man. But you know what it is. It's tough out here because, you know, cats be ducking. You know what I mean? Cats be ducking. And cats duck. That means there ain't a lot of fights. And we wind up talking about a lot of the same stuff all the time, man. But Justin James in the building. What's going on, Justin? Said it's been a minute. It's been a minute, Fanon, but keep doing your thing. You one of the best out there, always keeping it much real. Yes, sir. Hey, brother, I'm trying, man. Ain't no joke. I'm trying, brother. Fanon, how much is that fight card January 7th? I think it's $70, $79 probably. $79, I do believe. Richard Estes said, Fanon, if Haney moves to 140, you think he'll want to fight Antoine Russell? No, I do not think so. No, I do not think so. Doubt that very much, in fact. Doubt that very much, in fact. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. As of right now, there's been a lot of talking. There's been a lot of talking about who wants to fight who and all of that, but ain't nobody fighting each other. And he got real quiet about, I didn't like that whole Shakur thing. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully he would, you know. But Gary Antonio Russell is, you know, that dude ain't no joke, man. And he is definitely up in that lab, man, you know, with Gary, and got their eyes set on these people. Zulu Lion, what's going on? Said, Happy New Year, Fanon, brother. Happy New Year to you, man. Happy New Year to you, brother. Yeah, I don't know, man. These dudes real shady. Last time she charged $500. Who charged $500? Only person I know about $500 is Quace. Kamal Oz, why you jump off? Kamal was trying to rap with you. Man, you said I'm on and I'm off. Man, bro, you said your piece and bounced, man. Javonte Davis and Hector Garcia should thank Devin Haney for all the free promotion he's provided for their fight. Hashtag unintended consequences. Yeah, man, but that's just real whack, bro. That's whack, though. Like, that's whack, bro. Like, dude, I would tell, like, that's just whack, man. That's whack. Like, there ain't no other way around that, man. Like, Ain't nobody dumping on your fights, man. Like, yeah, man, Kamal got straight to the point. I want to talk to Kamal some more. Told you I was trying to get a conversation. Much love in that super chat, bro. Oh, he said, nah, that was for Terry Smoot for 9. Oh, okay. Oh, he said, oh, no, Bully Kennels was letting me know transportation fees associated. Oh, okay. So an extra 500 to get there, brother. And Kamal Oz again, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you for that support, bro. Don't jump off so quick next time, man. You know I can't get no smoking nobody. All I get is people telling stories on me. Yeah, that's what I get. Here's some options there are some options for at 140 for Devin. It's no cake walk moving up there. And no, it's not. And I will tell you this, man, dude, seeing him in the ring with Hector Garcia, God dog, he's big. Like, he's way bigger than Hector Garcia, man. Like, way bigger. So it's kind of like, yeah, to see him up there is going to be interesting. Because he probably should have been up there, man. Because it looked real rough on him in that weigh-in. No joke, man. When is Lil Gary fighting again? I don't know when he's fighting. He said he'll be back. I don't know when he's going to fight, man. But seeing as, more than likely he's going to come back and hopefully he'll get a championship shot, man. That's what I'm hoping. Somebody out there showing that love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you. Says Sweet Pea was the best I've ever seen. Much love in that super chat to my man Terry Thomas all day, brother. Yeah, Sweet Pea was like that, man. Sweet Pea got me back into boxing. I ain't gonna lie. Sweet Pea got me back into boxing because there was some years when I was in school that it was tough to keep up with it, and that was before like cable and definitely didn't have no money to be buying pay-per-views, right? And I was running around doing a bunch of other stuff, just generally speaking. But man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Pernell Whitaker's like that, bro. When is Lil Gary fighting again? Hopefully on the Spence undercard. That'd be nice. I don't know if he's an undercard fighter, though. I don't know if he's an undercard fighter. But hopefully he can get back in there and he can fight again. Oddly gifted Kenny, he's not going to get stripped. He's not going to get stripped. He got injured. He's not going to get stripped. He's just going to have to fight his mandatory. Like, man. Hey, man. Oh, man, start now. We know. Okay, hey, applause. The party can start now. Starborn 007 just showed up. He said, we're looking for Boots, Spence, Charlo in that order. Big year for Bud. Yeah, bro, I hope so. Yeah, good. That'd be a great year. But 3 losses, man, he got to get past the first one. But we love it, man. I would love to see a great year where we could get 3 great fights out of anybody. That would be absolutely incredible. Petty Killmonger said, Bud will never do that. I mean, Bud ain't going to do that because, dude, he's not going to get past. I don't think he's going to get past Duran. And if he gets past Duran, he ain't getting past Errol. Because that is just, those are like, you're not going to just, those are battles, bro. Mike Kirkland, much love in that super chat, said, with Haney's size advantage, you think Haney will pressure fight Haney? Lomachenko? No, I do not. No, I do not. Much love in that super chat. No, I do not, bro. I don't think he's a pressure fighter, bro. I think he's going to fight on the back foot for his entire career, bro. No joke. I think he's going to fight on the back. I think he's going to fight on the back foot for the for his entire career. Oh, man. T. Wells in the building. Much love in that super chat, T. Wells. He said, Terry versus me on Fanon's Live. Outsell Bud. Hey, man. Look, man. Come on. Let's see. Much love in that super chat, brother. Come on, man. Let's see. Let's test that. Let's test that theory, man. Let's test that theory. Thurman is going to give Spence a battle. Thurman has speed and power and he will get 4 or 5 rounds. I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to be on that back foot from the beginning. Dude, I don't see people winning a lot of rounds against Errol Spence, man. Yeah. Hey, man, T. Wells, much love in that super chat, but Starborn, I don't see him winning like that. Looking forward to Crawford looking for Lil Nas X and Alfonso Ribera. Something like that. Much love in that super chat, brother. Look, man, I want to see if he can get 4 or 5 rounds. We'll see. I don't see it happen. I do think that he is a little bit of a front runner, though. I do think he's a bit of a front runner, man. No joke. Kamal be wilding out, man. Kamal wilding out all the time. Kamal be wilding out all the time, tripping, and it's fun though. No joke, bro. It's fun though, man. I like listening to him talk, man. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, man. I'm sorry. What's this? Okay, sorry. Give me 1 more second. Okay, cool. Got there. All right, sorry about that. Nah, Bud ain't stopping nobody, bro. Is Manny calling out Spence? I heard him say that he wants to make a comeback. I don't know if he called out Spence, but Spence said he ain't taking that fight. So he can call out all he wants to call out. He said he ain't taking that fight. So since he ain't taking that fight, it doesn't make a difference. Without a notification, I thought you was on weekends time this morning. Yeah, oh, Mike Kirkland. Yeah, man, my bad. Yeah, I don't know what to do, brother. But nah, I wasn't on weekend time. I was on this time. So, but anyway, we'll go for a while, man. It ain't no biggie, man. You know what I mean? We'll be here. We'll be chopping it up. Crawford not fighting no boots. Xavier Jones said Crawford's not fighting no boots. He's not fighting any comp. He will vacate that belt before he does, that strap before he does. Hey, man, I can still call for it, man. Hey, much love in that super chat to my man Kamal Oz, brother. Thank you so much, bro. And yeah, man, he called out. I don't know if he called him out. He said that he wanted to fight against both of them. So I guess you can say that he called him out. So yeah, to a certain extent that he did. Regis versus Lil Gary would be nice. Regis gives. Oh, is that what you're talking about, Lil Gary? I thought you were talking about when you said Little Gary. I thought you were talking about Gary Russell Jr. I didn't think you were talking about Gary Antoine Russell, because I would say I guess that is little in that he's younger, but he's bigger. But look, man, I want to see Gary Antoine Russell versus Regis Prograis would be a very good fight. That's like a classic fight. But we'll see how quick he gets up there. Hey, what's going on? What's going on there, Starborn? Kareem Eubanks. How you feeling today, man? And Upper Echelon says, Shalom, brother, for 9. Yeah, Shalom, brother. Now, what's Shalom? The Hebrews? Y'all on the Hebrews? Y'all on the Hebrew? That's what's up. It sounds weird to me, man, because, I do know, however, that, I understand what that is, though. Richard Lynn said, Pac wants some money. He want to fight Floyd, too. Hey, man, that's the fight. I would love to see that fight. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd should make a lot of money. I would love for them to do that. I would love for those guys to do that, man. Love for those guys to do that. Love for those guys to do it. I think that would be a great fight, I think that would be a great fight, man. And I wish that they would make it. So, because if he's going to keep doing these exhibitions, might as well get a good one. One fight that I didn't support that I really regret that I didn't support was the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight. I hate that I did not support that originally. When I watched it on replay, I was like, man, first of all, Mike Tyson trying to hurt that dude. Like, Roy was feeling all that. Dog, Roy Jones was feeling all of that. Like, and Mike and Tyson and Mike Tyson wasn't feeling none of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'd like to see that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Roy, he didn't have no power to hurt him. He like, look, man, Roy ain't got that snap in his punches anymore, man. You know? Oh yeah, little Gary is a younger, but you're right. He's the biggest of the three. Yeah, so that's kind of threw me off a little bit when you said that. No, that threw me off, man. Like, I thought you were talking about Gary Russell, or even the smallest one, which is Gary Antonio Russell. You know? Yeah, oh man, he was hurting him, man. No joke, bro. He was hurting that brother. Hey, I'm gonna put this chat link in the chat again. So any of y'all want to pop on here? Give me 1 second though when I get this and don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Our room right by the bed. In the front of the bed. All right, my bad. Upper echelon in the building. What's going on, man?
Shalom, brother, shalom. Hey, I tell you one thing though, that Barbosa and Ramirez fight to be pretty good too at 140. Get Ramirez and Barbosa, get Prograis and Russell Jr. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
But that's standing on this Virgil Ortiz fight gonna be hell. I mean, at first I was thinking Virgil might take it, but I remember Stanionis and Butayev, and it's gonna be a battle of wills to see which ones will break the first. But I think Virgil might just pull that out though. But you know, if he goes to the cars, Virgil gonna win it. But you know, Pacquiao was trying to call out Spence again. You know, right now Pacquiao talking about he still want a Spence fight.
Say it again.
You know, Manny Pacquiao said he still wants to fight Spence.
Yeah, he said it. He said it I think he said it last week. He said it a couple weeks before that. Yeah, but Errol said he ain't taking that fight. Like I'm not going to that's like a Larry Holmes type of situation now. I mean, I respect Errol for saying that too, because the guy that beat him, like he could go take that and make some good money doing that. But maybe, you know, but since he beat the guy that just beat Pacquiao. And Pacquiao said something to the extent, something like, you know, if you want to see, like, I already beat Keith Thurman. I don't know if he said that or not. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know if he said it or not, but if he did say that, I mean, he just beat Eudanis Ugas that beat you. So it is what it is, man. I think everybody wanted to see the Terrence Crawford fight, but he got to fight who he got to fight. And I just ain't big on him chasing that fight around.
Pacquiao made the excuse that he trained for a southpaw the whole camp, and Errol Spence. I mean, Ugas was a traditional fighter, a conventional fighter, but Pacquiao's always had problems with boxers like Erik Morales. Anybody that could box was always giving Pacquiao trouble, though. But yeah,
he got an excuse every time he loses.
Yeah, if you're a pure boxer, you work Pacquiao. He can't mess with pure boxers.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
The only fight that I've heard Manny Pacquiao not making an excuse for is when he got knocked out cold.
You want to shit you can say?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only time I've ever heard him say something where
his mouth was closed.
Yeah.
But that Keith Thurman, people forget that Keith Thurman Errol Spence fight. That's what we was clamoring for back in 2017. I like that fight better than Bud. I actually think a prime Keith Thurman is a better fight than the Bud Crawford, because I know if Bud and Keith fought, Keith would outpoint Bud if they go to the cards. You're not gonna beat Keith Thurman on the cards. He's gonna get them 6 rounds on Bud quick. And Keith Thurman does have power in both hands. And some of them shots that Bud be getting caught with, Keith Mike can put his damn lights out with it now.
You talking about you talking about with Terrence Crawford?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a good fight, man. I ain't gonna lie, I do think that's a good fight.
Because a prime Keith Thurman, hey, that boy's athletic, he's swift, he's slick, he has a high IQ. And everybody talk about Keith Thurman's body, his stomach, and everything, but what they don't realize is he's always had that problem with his stomach. And it don't start happening to later rounds when he gets sloppy. He's always been protected doing out the fights all the other times. You mean it's just his movement and stuff. But I think if he got in there with Terrence Crawford, if he don't get knocked out in the 11th or 12th, he'll beat Crawford. But I think he can probably catch Crawford with something hard. Because Crawford does get careless and Crawford gets hit more than he should. And Keith Thurman got popped. He got popped. He is one time now.
Yeah, I believe I agree 100% for you. I agree 100%. I wouldn't like if Terrence Crawford fought Keith Thurman next, and it was Errol and Boots. I would take that. Shoot, I would take that too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that Errol and Boots fight. I think we're gonna get that at 154 though, because the best Earl already said it, and I've done seen him train before. You know, Earl. He people don't realize that you've only seen like a 50% of Earl right now. Earl at 155 and 160, that's when you're gonna really see Earl, because he ain't displaying all his power right there because he's drained of his power. Earl got some thuds, man. I seen the way he was doing Sir Marcus Brown in there. And I'm talking about he had Sir Marcus Brown biting when they was in there in training camp. You know that light heavyweight that he was sparring in training camp, that was Sir Marcus Brown. He was thudding them.
Who are you talking about, Errol?
Yeah. He had Sir Marcus Brown in one of his training camp. I think Marcus Brown used to be with Derrick James and everything until he lost.
Yeah, for the Beterbiev fight.
Yeah, he used to be in the training camp with Earl, and Earl was thudding him up, and he was biting down on it. Earl got some snack, and you know Earl used to be big, like around 160, 165 when training camp start. And Earl, that's why I said people ain't seen everything in Earl's bag. They forget that he was an Olympian, and he went in there with Floyd. Earl got a lot of tricks, and people ain't made him do it yet. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The same way you see Jamel Charlo move around that ring, Earl got some feet work too. But in this little weight class, all he does is come forward. That's why he said, I'm going to just go back to bulldozing people. Because ain't nobody brought it out of him, though. But when we see him at 155, 160, 154, 160, people going to really see the real Earl. I just hope we don't waste too much time down here at 147 before it can come out.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see, bro. I appreciate you coming by, Upper Echelon.
No problem. No problem. Just had to come up here and speak to you for a little bit. Let me let somebody else get up here.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, brother. See you. I hope to see you tomorrow, brother.
All right. You see me every day.
Yes,
Peace,
sir. All right, man. We get back. Peace. Man, thank you for that support, bro. And look, Terrence Crawford is here. We got Terrence Crawford in the house. What's happening, man?
Happy New Year to Fanon and this great channel, man. This is a great channel. Brother. I love it. I take the knowledge here. Listen, I'm the man around my hood in boxing just because of this channel. So I'm the man. Listen, I'm the man around this, man. Happy New Year to you, Fanon.
Happy New Year to you, Starborn.
Thank you. I think this is gonna be a great year in boxing. I think this potentially gonna be a great year in boxing. Who we have? Haney and Lomo, right? This year.
Yeah,
right?
We got Haney and Loma. Who we got first? We got Javonte and Hector Garcia. We got Haney and Lomachenko. You got Zoo and Charlo. You got I don't know who Big Charlo's gonna be fighting somebody. You got David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. You have, he's got a lot of, I think we may even be getting Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk in the March time frame is what they're talking about. So, I mean, this first half of this year should be really good. You know, we got to have.
How about Wilder?
I don't know who Deontay Wilder's going to fight. I haven't heard anything for him, but we got Boots and we got Boots and Bud coming up as your team so graciously is accepting.
Yeah, let's get it. If we don't get that, you know what I'm saying. If we don't get that, then we'll take Manny. We'll take Manny. That's
I wouldn't mind.
Right there.
I'd take it. They got to pay a lot of money for Manny.
I think Manny, whether Spence, I think Manny should get a shot because his date got changed. You know what I mean? His date did get changed.
Yeah.
At the last minute.
You talking about like it? I mean, yeah, like talking about like upper echelon brought up that he switched fighters from an orthodox to a southpaw. And I mean, that could throw you off, man. Especially if you're old dude and your timing is all jacked up and you were expecting one thing and got another. You know?
Yeah. So I think he should get a shot. I understand Spence don't like tune up, so but he did beat Thurman. So you know, I think Manny deserved at least one more shot at somebody. Just because it got switched, you know, let him go out.
I mean, I can see that, man. I can see that, man. I would, like I said, I would take it, you know, like it's somebody at least. It's somebody.
Yeah. Then we want Boots, man. I think, Bud, you know, I think Bud getting at that age, he need to fight these guys right now. He need to get Boots or Spence. If Spence go move on, you know, we got fights. We take Boots out. You know, we'll beat Boots. But say even if we lost the Boots, I don't think we will. We still got we still got a couple of grudge matches. We got Ugas. I think he beat us in amateurs, didn't he?
Yep, twice.
Twice?
Twice.
And then we also, as we get older, we still got Danny because us and Danny went 1-on-1.
I'll take that Ugas fight. I'll take that Ugas fight. Like, it's provided Ugas's face, you know, like, you know, his face is broke. But, you know, provided he heals from getting that face broke, then hey man, I might very well be okay with that. I just want to see good fights, man. And I don't want to keep I just don't want to keep saying like everything is all about Errol and Terrence. Errol and Terrence. We went through that all of 2022. And yeah, it'd be great if they could make the fight. Like if they could just turn around and it happened, cool. But if it doesn't take place, then what are the best fights that get made? And to me,
you're right.
Yeah, the best fights that get made for me are Terrence and Boots, because Boots is third in line as a mandatory for Errol. So that's going to take a minute. And then Errol's got it. Keith Thurman, I don't think that's a bad fight at all. You know, and he only has one loss. He had one loss. And, you know, I don't think you sweep anybody under the rug because they had one loss, and he didn't lose by knockout. And I even thought the fight that he lost was a close fight. And then if it wasn't for that knockdown, that he may have won that fight, in my opinion. So, you know, I'll take it, man.
Thurman is less. All right. I will put Bud and I'll put him fourth in the division, Thurman. But it's not like Thurman can't get on a 2-3 fight winning streak if he's really focused, you know. So he's a contender. He could beat anybody, Thurman. I wouldn't say he's favorite, but he could beat anybody. He has speed, he has power. He's been hurt before, so he knows how to fight. He knows how to fight hurt. You know, he has mobility. He's pretty smart. Thurman is a big matchup. I think you kind of overlooking him a little tiny bit, but he could get to a 3-fight win streak and be right back on top if people sleep on him.
You think I'm sleeping on Keith Thurman?
Look, people are sleeping on him like he can't. Spence's favorite. If I had to bet money, I would bet on Spence. I'm not going to say it, but I'm just saying out of these contenders, he could go on a 2-3 fight winning streak and get right back on top. He was on top before, so that's a big matchup. If Spence beat Thurman, I think that's a big fight. I'm just saying Thurman's a big fight. Just like anyone else, he's a big fight. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, man, you can't like Keith Thurman. Like you can favor Errol to beat him, but what's going on, Lons? But at the same time, man, this guy, he's not somebody that you can just. I think he's got as good a chance as Ugas had walking in the door, you know, or as good a chance as Danny Garcia had, or Sean Porter had, right? But you know, it just really depends on like if Errol's in that animal mode, because Errol may, if he's still stuck on that, like he's still on animal mode, like he was with Ugas, I mean, it could really get ugly, but it could get ugly with anybody. If it gets too ugly, though, we definitely not gonna get the Terrence Crawford fight. Like, but I do like when Ugas had said, Thurman has said that, that Errol hadn't fought anybody that moved a lot, right? And Keith Thurman does have good footwork. He does move. He does box from the out. He does box from the outside. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Errol can really cut the ring off on Keith Thurman. And I think that a fight with Keith Thurman, will speak to a fight with Terrence Crawford as well. Because I think that well, other than the fact that it's southpaw, it's a southpaw orthodox type of situation,
Yeah, I just think they need to fight. They need to get the fights. Like I said, when I was saying with the Ugas fight and Bud, I was just saying I don't want Bud to lose. But if Bud do lose, he still got a couple of grudge matches from amateurs. He still could make money. So a loss won't kill Bud. I don't want Bud to lose, but a loss won't kill him because in a year and a half, he could fight Danny Garcia. He could fight. He still have fights, even if he do lose. So he need to fight now because he's getting older. And Boots, you got to fight Boots now. Right now is the best time to fight Boots. He get another victory. He keep getting bigger. He keep getting better as we getting older. You know what I mean? It don't sound good. Potentially it don't sound good. So we want Boots. We want Big Fish. We want Charlo. If that don't work, we fight Boots, and then if we win or lose, if we win, obviously we move up. We got Spence, we got Charlo, but if we do lose, we still got some grudge matches that we could take care of and still make some money. We can't be afraid of no losses, man. Let's get in that ring. But I just want to say Happy New Year. Us Bud fans, we looking for Boots, we looking for Charlo, we looking for Spence. But if that don't go on, we just got to get a better fight than David. We have to get a better fight than, because that fight, it hurt us more. More people was talking bad about us from that fight alone. So we have to get back into the good graces of the boxing community. But thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on. Happy New Year. I'm going to be here supporting. I'm going to be here for you, man. Keep doing your thing for now.
Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Starborn 007. I'm glad to have your voice on here, man. We hadn't had everybody get on Sundays or whatever, man. And always good to talk to you, bro. Get the voice underneath them chats. You be riding for your boy, man. You ride.
But I ain't gonna let it get to me. I understand that people with Spence fans, they go in. It's all good, man. I just think I was just getting mad because it's every day, all day. Not you. I'm just talking about the people. Anything about Bud don't do this. Bud don't do it. Like it's. If you take a look at, man, it's at least 300 to 500 bad Bud talks every day on here, man. Like it's for a Bud fan, it's a little hard to watch a little bit because, like, damn, everyone just hitting Bud up all the time, no matter. You know what I'm saying? No matter, but it's all good. I like it. We're not going to run. We put ourselves in that situation. So now we got to dig out a hole and get back with the good graces.
Hey, man, that's what it is, man. And a win over Boots will do it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, brother. All right, man. Thank you, man. Bless.
Bye-bye.
Hey, that's my dude right there. I told you that's my dude right there, Starborn 007. Tell your boy to give us a fight we actually want, then, hey, man, you got to do it. So I'm trying to tell you, man, the fight. Hey, by the way, somebody said something about Gary Antoine Russell, and why do I think Gary Antoine Russell is a good fighter? Because he's a good fighter, bro. That man didn't lose no fight. That man didn't lose a fight. He said, stop saying sucker about other fighters. We're talking about a man's personal life. What's that? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I didn't talk about anybody's personal life. I keep that stuff up out of there, man. I don't get it. I don't get into all of that, man. other than when people put people's personal life in the news, at which point in time, man, I'll say something about it because it's out there. But, please stop saying Duck wants Spence when he clearly ducked the fight. Dang. I mean, you know what it is, man. Gotta be your boy. Yeah, you gotta, hey man. Look, I understand where Bud fans are coming from because it's something that you don't want to believe your boy ducked. But it is what it is. I know, Kevin. No worries, bro. I got you, man. I know you're talking about that dude. I know that. But look, man, it is what it is, man. If your boy ducked, you got to ride with it, man. It's just what it is, man. Like, I was a Riddick Bowe fan. I liked Riddick Bowe. I did not like Lennox Lewis, but Riddick Bowe ducked, and it's what it is. I mean, like, it is what it is. There ain't no changing it. There ain't no, mollycoddling it. Ain't no mollycoddling it. There ain't none of that stuff. It's just what it is, man. But the question is, okay, now what's going to happen next, man? What's going to happen next? And it absolutely said, Low D's TV said it's crazy, but it's true. It's just what it is. Like, it's just what it is. And it doesn't mean the dude's not a good fighter. It doesn't mean he can't, even though obviously Fahim Sator is going to be saying the man's not a good fighter. But it is what it is. He's moving his career in a way that's funny. And you can do that for a little while, bro, but you can't do it for years. At a certain point in time, bro, people are going to be like, look, man, this looks like a pattern now. You know what I mean? This looks like a pattern. Much love in that super chat to my man Mike Kirkland. Said, I wish Crawford had the guts like Star 007 thinks he has. Much love in that super chat, bro. Look, at the end of the day, man, Mike Kirkland is going to wind up being in a situation like this. If he don't fight him, dude, you sitting on the stage, man. You can't get off the stage. You know what I mean? It's like right when you're about to prove you one of the greats, you decide to get off the stage and say you already are one. Nobody's going to respect that, man. Or very few, but your fans who got to save face. But you know what I mean? Rick Timms in the building said, I'm not a big fan on Bomag, but I don't participate in calling it in the fat jokes, especially when dudes in these chats are bad built, them dang selves, pot belly MFs calling the kettle black. Yeah, that's why I can't say it. I got a belly all day, bro. I'm going to tell you, I don't talk about that. I got to get rid of this weight. And even if I even when I do get rid of this weight, I'm still not going to do it. Still not going to do it. You don't need to shame people for stuff like that. Only people that need to be shamed are people that jump out there trying to shame other people. You know what I mean? And at that point, we can get it on, Bud, the man in Nebraska, his ego effed up. Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. Hey, dog, Brimmy Ogon dog, you ain't got an off button, huh, brother? Hey, here's that link, though, man. Don't be afraid. Y'all can get on here, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Hey, D Murphy, what's cracking? I'm chilling, man. Up here early in this morning, we almost got 300 people in the building. I'm going to feel satisfied and gratified when we get 300 people in the building. Been kind of thin out here, but y'all still supporting, still chopping it up with me on, the first work day of the new year. I think many people may be on vacation, though. Xavier Jones said, I'm a commando fitness leader in the Navy. Bomac fat. Y'all ain't right, bro. I don't make fat jokes, bro. Not gonna do it, man. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not the kid. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, man. However, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna continue to say this. Y'all tripping on Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell won that fight. He ain't necessarily sticking and moving. He ain't a stick and move type of fight, man. Upper Echelon said, Bomag is a big cheeseburger. How does he teach discipline when he's so undisciplined? He talks ish about Errol and all the time. F fat nasty. Hey, man, see, like I said, brother, you're just not gonna get me to do that, bro. Okay, it's not really gonna happen like that for me. Because I don't think that's, what do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to do? Anyway, Bomac likes Big Man. Y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right about it. Is the Tank fight still on? Yes, it is. And I'm telling you right now, man, I already know what people are going to say after that fight. After Tank gets him, people are going to say, oh, he exposed Tank. Guarantee you that's what's going to happen. That's the pitch that's going to come up out of this fight. If he winds up just stopping him, if he outclasses him, the guy was a sparring partner. If it's a good fight and he wins on a decision, he's exposed. It's going to be very, 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 very few ways that this man can have something, where it can be a positive outlook on it, man. Stone Alone in the building. What's going on, bro? He said, good morning, Fanon in the chat. I am at home taking care of the family. Oh, that's what's up, bro. Thank you, Stone Alone, for that support, bro. Thank you, man. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope y'all enjoyed yesterday, man. Thank you again, brother, for supporting the channel, man. It really does mean a lot, man. Garcia going to sleep around 5. Tank best performance is coming. We'll see. I like him, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I like Tank a lot. I do. I like a lot of these fighters. Sean Clark said, Bomag talk about fighters like they're bums, and he wasn't a Hall of Fame fighter of the ones he criticizes. Yeah, they do talk a lot of smack, dude. They really do talk bad, bro. That ain't no lie. Like, there's several camps in boxing that are just very disrespectful to other people. Teofimo Lopez's camp is like super disrespectful to other people. Devin Haney's camp, super disrespectful to other people. Terrence Crawford's camp, oh my God, not like they say some stuff that literally baffles me, man. Like it baffles me. Like, and it's not even Bud doing it. Like, it's not even Bud. Bud himself don't really do it. It's the people in his camp that do it, man. And sensitive for sure. But look, man, yeah, you can say he deserves the trash talk, man. It's all good, man. But I don't know what you want me to do with it, bro. I'm gonna continue to tell you that I'm not into that type of stuff. If you guys want to do it, man, you can do it. I rewatched Bud's interview. Bud said him and Al was going back and forth about the money. So he was offered guaranteed. Yeah, he was definitely offered guaranteed money. He was definitely offered guaranteed money. There was not going to be a time when he was not going to get guaranteed money. We know that he was offered money because of what Steven Espinosa said, because there was a certain amount of money that Bud asked for. And they were trying to get closer in the money. That was the first stage of the entire conversation, man. Rick Timms, come on, man. Don't do that to me. God, don't do that to me, Rick Timms. Okay, don't do that to me, Rick Timms. I'm very visual in my mind, okay? So please do not put visions like that in my mind, bro. Okay? Please don't do that. Bud fans in his camp kill me, call EJ a drunk, talking about his family, but we supposed to not clown him. You talking to me? Xavier Jones, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do. What you want me to say? You can do whatever you want to do. I didn't say what you're supposed to do or not supposed to do. Did he say it about you? But since you want to ask, did he say it to you? If they said something to me, I'd call them all kind of everything. And now I mean that for real. If they said something bad about me, I'll talk about you for sure. I just address somebody as sir because she's talked some craziness about me. I think she was a she anyway. I wasn't quite sure. I had to check the timeline, but I just skipped it and started calling the person sir. Because like, hey, if you want to sit out here and I don't even know who you are, and you want to jump out here talking bad about me, I'll talk bad about you too. But Bomag didn't talk bad about me. He talked bad about Errol. So Errol want to say something back to him. Cool, say something back to him. I'm just telling you what it is. And I can't get the F out of here. If I get the F out of here, the stream shuts down. John Bowie said, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year's. Happy holidays, big bro Mike Kirkland. Welcome to the chat, John Bowie. What's going on, brother? Hope you well. He said, you gotta link up. If I was talking to you, I would join up, bro. Hey, Xavier, I don't know what you're doing, but you can go away, bro. See it. You can get the fuck out of here. Bye. Mike Kirkland, for John Boy, Happy New Year's to you, sir. Also, sir, hope all is well with you. Yes, sir. And my boy Avery 81st says, salute, OG. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, brother. And John Boy back in the building says, shout out to everybody. Yes, sir, brother. Now, you're not going to talk crazy to me, brother. All that, if I was talking to you stuff, all you got to say is, hey, man, I wasn't talking to you. But you sit there and say, I'm the only one talking about I'm not going to say something to him, bro. And what you're not supposed to do, you can do whatever you want to do somewhere else. You can go do whatever you want to do somewhere else. You want me to sit there? You want people to sit there and crack fat jokes about people? How old are you, man? I don't want to crack fat jokes. I don't find fat jokes funny. There are people that have weight problems, bro. Some people have weight problems for other things, other reasons, man. Not everybody's body works the same way, man. Not everybody's body works the same way. And you want to be petty and do that? Oh, be petty and do it. I'm politely asking y'all, I would appreciate if you didn't do the fat jokes. Because why do I want to entertain that stuff, man? You gonna make black jokes next? Anyway, no, for not. I don't think Xavier was being ugly towards you. He was just making it clear he wasn't. If he was okay, well then unblock him then, bro. If you Rick Tens, please unblock him. Unblock. If you think it was unblock him. Christmas, anyway. Christmas, John Boy said, Christmas I did, but New Year's, me and my family slept in. Hope you went hard, Mike Kirkland. Oh, on that. You talking about, okay, you talking Mike Kirkland. You're talking to me. And if you're not talking to me, don't put the name. He said you shouldn't throw stones with a mouthful of Twinkie. Come on, man. Why y'all so hard on big people, man? Terry Smoot, Benson and Hedges, man, your mouths, if not, okay, that's not me. Bernie, Bomac and Bernie said it was one of their lives about, yeah, all of that stuff, bro. Yeah, he's wrong, man. They do talk a lot of smack, bro. They do talk a lot of smack. They do. And you do you as far as what you want to do. But I read my comments, and I don't want to keep reading fat jokes, bro. He said, I resemble those fat jokes. Exactly. Like, I'm trying to get rid of body weight, bro. I can't be a hypocrite. Number one rule around here for me is do not be a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Kay, I have to get my baby girl ready. I try to be back. Hey, thank you, brother, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. Thank you for that support, bro. For 9, it's not big people, just Bomac. Hey, man, Bomac does bring it on himself, though. I can't lie, bro. You know, he kind of does bring it on himself. I won't lie about that one. But yeah, unblock dude, man. Because I didn't want to cuss you out. So I just kind of was heading towards cussing you out. Because I'm like, I can do that at times. He said, I agree. All the fat joke stuff is lame to me. It's just he's a big boy, man. He's a big boy, man. I'm trying not to be a big boy. I got to force myself after this is over to go ahead and make sure. Everett said, not you for 9. Oh, I thank you, brother. I'm having an argument. Yeah, all that and the puffy nipple stuff and all of that stuff, man. Come on. Anyway, I'm having an argument at work with who wins between Gary Antoine Russell versus Regis. I go with Regis. What do you think? I don't know, man. Right now, maybe Regis. In a year, maybe Gary Antoine. Dude, Gary Antoine is a very, very good fighter, bro. He's got very, very heavy hands, bro, to be Gary Antoine Russell got very good power at that weight. Now, I do think he's got to figure out how to get in a little bit more easily. But he got in on the inside against Victor Postol, and that's not easy. So, like at the same, he's got great wins, man. He's got great wins. A great win against Rances Bartholomew, and I think a great win against Victor Postol. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in his next fight, man. Yeah, his arms do look a little short. I can understand that. Regis' arms are short too. But, you know, he also was fighting guys with they're very tall and long, but he managed to get in there. You know, he managed to get in there. But yeah, Gary Antoine does look like he's got a little bit, his arms look a little short. I do understand where you're coming from with that. Bomac is delusional. I mean, look, dude, those guys didn't want to fight that guy, so he ain't completely delusional. Bomac ain't completely delusional, because if he was completely delusional, he would have tried. Those dudes, they know full well what they're in for, man. That's why they want so much money. Like, that's one of the more obvious things about all of it, is that they know that this man is better than they say that this man is. Because if you really thought you were going to destroy him and it was that easy, you wouldn't say that you needed all that money to fight him. And also, you also wouldn't say, more than likely, you wouldn't say that you need to make sure that it's in a neutral venue. Because what do you need? If it's that easy, what you need a neutral venue for? You know, other than the fact that, you know, it's Vegas and you can charge a lot of money for tickets. You can charge a lot of money for tickets in Vegas. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We got just about 300 people in the building, 251 likes, man. Everybody in the building hit the like, except for the 40 people that just crept in. So make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. Hit the like for me, man. Participate in the chat. It'd be greatly, greatly appreciated if you hit that like button. See if we can get those likes up. They will cheat in Vegas. They'll cheat anywhere, man. But if he's easy, how are you going to cheat somebody if you knock him out? How are you going to cheat somebody if you destroy him? You know? How's that going to happen? If you destroy him, how are they going to cheat you? If you're going to knock him out, how are they going to cheat you? The man said that they said that it's easy money, right? So if it's easy money, you take the easy money fight, right? And even in the other stuff that he has said about, you know, you take the fight, like only if you're not confident, if you take less money to take the fight, if you're really confident you can win. Dude, there's all kind of things that have been was exposed in their thought processes, which wound up being contradicted in their actions, right? So, but if you know their thought process and they said that, then you can only assume, well, they're not that confident because they were not willing to take less money, right? That's just what it seems to me in the whole way that he left the negotiation. You know, Dark Truth said being overweight is one thing, morbidly obese is another. I mean, that ain't no lie right there, bro. That ain't no lie. Gary Antoine's Russ reaches 68 inches. Yeah, I don't take a lot of those. I don't take a lot of that stuff seriously, man, with those measurements. You know, I don't take a lot of that stuff. Also, it's also Bomac didn't want to lose to Derrick James. All Bomac fighters lost last year except Bud, I believe. Yeah, he had a rough year. That ain't no joke. And man, most definitely had a rough year. That ain't no joke. That ain't no joke at all. That man sat on a lot of L's last year. That man definitely sat on a lot of L's last year. Starborn, with all the ish they talked over the years, Errol is going to beat the holy hell out of Crawford for old and new. Yeah, if he gets the fight. Here, I'm going to put this link back up in here, man. Thought some of y'all wanted to talk, but it is what it is, man. We still working. Keyshawn Day. I don't know what you're talking about with Keyshawn Davis. I don't know. What do you mean about Keyshawn? Why are you talking about Keyshawn Davis, upper echelon, and Keyshawn Davis not losing? Enlighten me, brother. Enlighten me. Who sat on a lot of L's last year, Reynoso or Eddie Hearn? Reynoso took a lot of L's last year, and he took a big L last year. I don't know how many of his fighters lost, though, unless Ryu was with him. But I always thought that Eddie Reynoso was overrated. To me. S1 Dubs, boxing measurements are like basketball measurements, usually inaccurate. Yeah, I don't believe some of these things, man. And I will tell you, bro, that dude, but Errol is a big, like, he doesn't even look the same like he used to. He looks much more fit, man. Much more fit than he used to look, man. Who's that? Oh, okay, that's not me. Sorry. We always cheat in Texas, TCU over Georgia. Hey, look, man, you got to be careful when it's true. You do got to be careful when you go to somebody else's home ground. That is very true. You have to be careful of that, man. But at a certain level of separation, it doesn't matter. You know, if the fight is close, If the fight is close, then, you know, you may have an issue like going to the UK. Like that, you know, and fighting in somebody's hometown in the UK. Even though I got to tell you, man, that the UK seems to be a little bit more consistent, a little more fair, man. Like they're pretty. I think that the UK overall, man, has been pretty fair. Their treatment of Anthony Joshua threw me off for a while, with them letting him take breaks in the middle of the fight and stuff like that. Hey, what's going on? One body in Yahweh, Los Angeles, man. Shout out to you, brother. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Reynoso took Bivol and Shakur lost. Who did Shakur lose to? Shakur didn't lose. Shakur lost his belts on the scale, right? Or whatever we used to debate about with that one. Whatever we used to. Original Skywalker, brother. Hey, man, it's my bad that I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on, bro? Hey, Big OG in the building. Thank you for that support, bro. He said, Happy New Year, Fanon. Can't catch her live like I used to, but I always catch her replays. God bless to you and the family. Hey, thank you, brother. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you. Thank you for that support, man. That means a lot. Thank you, Big OG. Means a lot, brother. Yeah, Eddie Reynoso is a Hall. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame. So is Bomac. Bomac will get in the Hall of Fame, man. Right? Don't you think? You don't think Bomac gets in the Hall of Fame, man? I think Bomac's going to the Hall of Fame. Rook in the building. What's going on, man? Rewatch Tank versus Barrios, Pedraza and Leo. In Fanon words, he's like that. Shout out to John Bowie and Zenith 360. Keep doing your thing, Noob. Thank you, brother. Roke in the building. Thank you, Fire. Thank you for the support, brother. It's big time today because there's not a lot of cats in the chat today. So thank y'all very, very much for supporting, man, because that's what keeps the channel going. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Valdez, yeah, so he lost twice. He lost Valdez and he lost, he lost to, man. I hate that Shakur got stripped, lost his belts on the scale because he might have taken himself out of Fighter of the Year with that. Because that was a nice little win that he pulled off against Oscar Valdez. And then Conceição. And then Conceição. Too bad he couldn't, they can't, they don't believe in the unifications with the guys in the WBC. I mean, excuse me, with the PBC, not the WBC, but the PBC, He said that's what Daniel Jacobs get for taking that money with the zone and not fights. He got pushed to the wayside. He made a lot of money, bro. He made a lot of money, man. He just got robbed once. He just got robbed. He just Shakur took out Valley. Yeah, he did. He just got robbed, bro. But man, the beating he put on your boy though was something nasty, man. And again, Roke, thank you. Much love in that super chat, brother. That's what matters. That's the support that matters the most in the chat. Thank you. We'll see if we get these likes over 300, though. Nah, can we get the likes over 300, man? Get the likes over 300 for your boy, man. If you wouldn't mind, man. Get them likes over 300 for your boy, man. Would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated, man. We can get them likes over 300 for your boy, man. For your boy. For your boy, for your boy. Natty Dreads and Benjamin Hedges. Much love in that super chat, bro. No Arby's. Lai said, "What you okay? You from the fat jokes, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. No, man. Why wouldn't Bomac do? How wouldn't Bomac get a Hall of Fame? Do you think Virgil Hunter deserves a Hall of Fame? Yes, sir. We only missed at 100K. Hit that like button. Yes. You think Virgil Ortiz? Do you think Virgil Hunter deserves a Hall of Fame? Oh, Ryo is with Benavidez Sr. Okay, yeah. When they took that loss. Yeah, stop lurking at the like button, man. Let's see if we can get those likes over 300. It's just such a thin chat today, man. Okay, yeah. Please quit. Please. Y'all suck me into that, man. Y'all sucking me into that, man. I think Antoine is fighting Lipinets or Puello next. More than likely Puello. More than likely Puello. I ain't gonna lie though, that battle, a fight with Puello and he'll be a good fight, man. I think Puello's a good fighter. And Lopezs, man, that's tough. No joke, that's tough. Lopezs, that would be a great fight. Sergey Lopezs and Gary Antoine Russell, because Sergey Lopezs is gonna get hurt. Like he either gonna do something or he's gonna really hurt Lopezs. But Lopezs is somebody that really it's almost that fight between the two of those, it's like almost cannot miss. That fight is definitely going to be exciting. There's like almost no way that fight is not exciting, man. There's almost no way that fight is not exciting. That fight is not going the distance, and Lopezs ain't winning. Let me put it that way. That fight is not going the distance. You know what I'm saying? That fight is not going the distance, and Sergey Lopezs is not winning. Ain't no way. That man is winning that fight, bro. That is going to be something that is absolutely very, very, very difficult. Very, very, very difficult to get past, bro. No joke. That's going to be very, very difficult to get past for him. Amnesia fight should be overturned, and Bud should pay a fine for those busted gloves. We'll see what happens, man. The fight should definitely get overturned, though. Yeah, that fight should definitely get overturned. No joke. That fight should definitely get overturned. Definitely get overturned. Rick Timms in the building said, good question, Brock. What was Brock's question? Let me slide back up to Brock's question. Oh, you talking about some football, man. That's some Bears move. You need 12 yards to run the ball. Anyway, so let me put this link one more time, bro. This is so smoke-free, man. All the people that always talk, like, do y'all realize how long I've been looking for smoke with people? Like, looking for y'all to want it. And y'all say it's the morning. It's 10:30 in the morning. It's 10:30 right now. It's 10:30. So it ain't early in the morning, partner. It ain't early in the morning. Herbert Johnson in the building. What's going on? So what's up, Fanon? Blessings, just here to pay my weekly tithes. Also check the Cash App as well. Salute to my guys in the chat. Everyone supports. Thank you, brother. Man, Herbert Johnson is the man. Right along with John Boy and all y'all. Herbert Johnson in that Cash App big time with the $5 holler in the Cash App. Thank you, brother, for that support, man. Much love for that support. Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's a great fighter, man. That's a great fight. Terry Schmoot said, y'all want Bud's KO streak to end so badly just because he stopped all the opponents in 147. I mean, what's the link for? I mean, if y'all just want to rap about something, you ain't got to argue with me about nothing. Herbert Johnson in the building. Much love in the super chat, brother. Mike Kirkland said for Herbert Johnson. Yes, sir, brother. Oh, 8:30 a.m. It's 8:30 in Cali. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, man. That's fair. I feel Bud was winning the fight fairly, and I definitely ain't a Bud fan. I don't think it should be overturned. I wouldn't be outraged though. It should be overturned, brother, because of the gloves. He knocked him out with a punch. With a defective glove, man. You know what I mean? They should have made him change those gloves, in my opinion. But I don't expect it to happen. And I'm not ringing a big banner for it or whatever, but on the real, though, if you knock somebody out with gloves that are defective gloves and the knockout punch comes with defective gloves, which are padding coming out the glove, that seems like something like where you should overturn it. But he's in Nebraska, so more than likely they're not going to do that, because it was a home fight. Hey, hold on one second, man. Terry Thomas in the building. Much love in that man. Much love in that Cash App. Hold on one second, Ja. Says, hold on one second. Man, that's messed up. Terry Thomas said, big $5 holler, brother. Thank you, man, for that support, man. He said, Bomac is a shoe-in for the Golden Corral Hall of Fame. Come on, man. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right, man. Y'all got to be good. Ja in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you doing?
Nah, I'm chilling. Can't complain, brother. What's good with you, man?
Nah, everything good. Peace and blessings.
Likewise, man.
I just was on talk, just bored. I just got some dream fights I want to have. Cause like Tank is my favorite fighter, so I want to see him fight Terrence Crawford. I feel like that's more of a better matchup than Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I feel like Boots and Errol Spence is more similar than Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Because Terrence Crawford's career is more similar to Tank's than it is to like the heavier weight class. Because he been in a lower weight class, but he's just a guy like I know boxing, so I feel like he looks bigger than he actually is.
Who is this?
Terrence Crawford.
Okay.
I feel like he's not as big as like he could fight up there with big people, and he's like he got that body type. But I feel like him and Tank is more like they is more like rivals to me. Like not in the eyes of the boxing world, but just in my opinion. Cause Terrence Crawford fought in those similar weight classes that Javonte Davis fight in. So I want to see him and Terrence Crawford fight. And then I also want to see like a huge fight on my wish list is Gary Antoine Russell versus Tank. I think that'll be probably the fight of the decade or something. Just with those two styles coming together, like it's gonna be an action-packed fight the whole time. Like Gary Antoine Russell versus Javonte Davis. Like that's like an ultimate fight I want to see. Then I'm just wanted to throw something out there where I'm curious is like, why don't they promote the fighters better? Like I feel like they miss out on a lot of like opportunities, or if people are all about money, I feel like why I don't understand why they don't promote fighters better. Like fighters like Gary Antoine, it's a lot of fighters that should be promoted to even like takes like Shakur Stevenson. He get talked about a lot, but I feel like he's underrated. Like he got Olympic background and stuff like that. I feel like by this time he should be way more known than he is. So I just don't understand why do they promote fighters the way they do. Like, is it about the money or is it about something else?
Well, let me get these super chats and I'll answer that. My opinion on it anyway. Brock Howard said that bourbon chicken be hitting at Golden Corral. Hey, I ain't never been to Golden Corral, but hey, and my man H Town 713 says salute for 9 in the chat, dropping off a little change already. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. And Sean Clark in that super chat said, shout out to everyone who hit that like button. I never defend Bud, but that was on the commission, and Avonesian's corner didn't complain until they lost. I don't think they lost as soon as they found out. And let me make sure I didn't get another. Man, thank y'all so much for that. Let me get the gauze. Thank y'all for that support, man. Thank y'all for that support. It means a ton. Look, man, I don't really know, man. I just think that there's, as far as like Gary Antoine Russell, can you let me unmute you for a second because you must be playing something in the background or something.
Hold on for a second.
You may need to like mute me or something. Yeah, limited budget. They also promoting. I mean, I've been hearing Tank Bud for a while now. I can see Tank giving him a tougher fight than Gamboa. Yeah, he definitely give him a better fight than Gamboa. As far as like how they're promoting them, I don't think that there's. I mean, a lot of the promoting is like self-promoting right now, and I mean, Shakur Stevenson's name is out there a good bit, but Gary Antoine Russell, I think he's probably just like they're more quiet guys that aren't really out there talking a lot and doing a lot of that stuff. The people that are really getting, I just think the most important thing is you getting a big fight and you really beating somebody where people like are excited behind your style.
I think it's more important to promote the fighter and their talents and their abilities so people can understand what they're looking at and they can look forward to something. Like,
yeah, what do you think about Boots promotion?
That's excellent, but at the same time, I don't know, cause Boots he's a special type of individual, cause his body type actually changed different than other people's body type. I remember watching him as an amateur, and he was like really small. So I didn't think he was going to grow up to be like as big as he is. I thought he might be in a smaller weight class. It's still like an average, like a 140 pounder, like around that. But I don't know. Like, I think his is real good because people already give him the respect that he already deserved.
Well, so I think there you go.
Without seeing that. And that's
right.
why I feel like it should be for other fighters too, so they could look forward to fights instead of like complaining about every fight. They would look forward to it.
Well, I think so. In the case with Jaron Ennis, there are other fighters in that division for them to promote against. So, like, there's a conversation you can have about Boots and Errol or Boots and Terrence Crawford. We're at like 130 pounds. There was not any real conversation to have between Shakur and any other fighter that people are really interested to see. I think that the main way that fighters get big names and really get a lot of behind them is there being people in the weight class where people want to see them fight. So people talk about the fight, and as they talk about the fight, then you wind up, that fighter's name winds up growing, kind of like Deontay Wilder's name grew even more with Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury's name grew with Deontay Wilder. That's one of the things that I don't like about Canelo. But even with like Canelo and Dimitri Bivol, like Dimitri Bivol's name has grown a lot since he got in the ring with Canelo. So like, Devin Haney's name, he continually does it with Tank, where pretty much every time Tank farts, there's a comment about, somebody around Devin Haney is commenting on the fart. You know what I mean? So it's like literally you can't do anything without that name being connected. You know what I mean? So yeah. I just think that probably has more to do with it than anyone. Brock Howard said KO is the best promotion. That is. KO's a great promotion. Also. But all right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, man. Hey, where you from, man?
Baltimore.
Yeah, I knew it. I didn't want to guess that time, but I could hear it in your voice. All right, brother. You take care of yourself, man.
You too.
All right, now. You tur. Right there. That's that Baltimore sound right there. You know what I mean? That's definitely that Baltimore sound right there. You a wild, brother, Smoot? Oh, yeah, Smoot is wild. Definitely wild. Wild dude. But that was a great question, man. That's a great question. Because I had to think about that. It's you get great if you get a big name if you fighting a big name fighter. And that's one of the shames for everybody at 160 and 168 with Canelo and what Canelo's doing. Because Canelo's not letting anybody get in the ring with him. You know what I mean? Like, he's not letting any of these guys that got a chance to get in the ring with him. And that was another thing, man, where like, I feel Errol Spence Jr. on his feelings around Keith Thurman now. Like, I understand what he's saying. Like, look, man, I'm trying to get up there and you trying to keep me from getting my shot. That's like 100 miles an hour, not cool. You know what I mean? That is not cool. Boots was probably the longest reach in the welterweight division, and I dig Tank a lot, but his short arms and height would spell major trouble versus Bud. Look, man, I honestly, man, as far as that stuff goes, you got to see guys get in the ring. You got to see guys get in the ring, because you just don't know what Tank's going to bring to the table. Now, I would think not, but Tank's coming from 130, 126, like Floyd came from 126, 130, and so I wouldn't count him out. There's also a big age difference between the two. So you don't really know, you know what I mean? You really don't know how that's going to work out. But Deontay did certainly, that went viral. It started with Severn 2 when he was 2. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. I mean, knockouts help a lot when you're somebody you want to see fight, and you want to see, and they're not like, jabbing their way to victory. Jabbing your way to victory is not, it's not particularly exciting, man. It's not going to motivate a lot of people to really get behind you and want to see you fight. And I think that is, I think that is pretty fair, bro. A pretty fair statement, but you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Cats are gonna do what they do, and you're gonna like what you like. At the end of the day, though, dude, we're getting the fights. we get the fights that we're getting fights that we want to see. You know, I mean, if we get let me get that right. For hardcore boxing fans, we're gonna watch these guys and whoever they fight. You know what I mean? Then we're gonna fight. We're gonna watch who they fight and watch against whoever they fight. I just want to see the fights for myself. You know, I'm watching all these guys fight. Orlando original Skywalker said, I hope they make the Bud Boots fight. We need him out of the way. He's holding up the unification. I agree with that. I'm not saying we're going to need him out of the way, but I want to see a good fight. It cost them millions of dollars. That's why. Yeah, no doubt it will cost them a lot of money, but ain't nothing gonna. But if there's already somebody, that's all that, man. That's why these dudes do all that talking about Javonte and Devin. Not because you guys think that fight's going to get made, but because it's somebody you can connect your name to. And people have been doing that for a while. You know what I mean? It's not like it's unheard of. And there is a lot of, there's a lot of that with Jaron. Even though Jaron himself isn't doing it, other people are doing it. I'm doing it. I'll do a video talking about Jaron Ennis and Javonte, Jaron Ennis and Errol, Jaron Ennis and Terrence, all of that stuff, because it's a natural fight. It really is a natural fight to talk about, I hope they make the Bud fights. We need to get them out of the way. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to get him out of the way, but it'll get us an excellent fight. I'm going to do one more call in if y'all want to do it. And if not, then you know what it is. We're going to check you out tomorrow. You know what I mean? Bud too long for Tank. I don't know if that's true or not. Everybody's too long for Tank. He finds a way to get around it though. Mr. Netter said, I'm going to watch Haney, but I want to see him actually go after someone. He can't expect to sell if he's just playing it safe and surviving the fight. Oh, you're talking about go after him in the ring? I mean, man, that's dude. I think he has not being able to punch, not being a naturally heavy-handed puncher, dude. That is a lot. That's a lot to ask, man. You know what I mean? That's a lot to ask of him to do that. He's got to keep winning. First and foremost, he's got to keep winning. And it's not like he ain't earning money doing that. He's doing it. Renee Box Young in the building. What's going on, Renee?
Hey, what's going on, fan? And hey, Happy New Year. Blessings up to you and your family, man. And I just want to chop it up a little bit, man.
It's the pho though. Fanon, not Fannin. It's pho.
Oh my gosh. Fanon. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Sorry about that.
Worries, man. It's no worries. It's spelled that way. It's spelled that way, the way you say it, though. What's good with you, brother? What's going on, man?
One more time, pronunciation. I suck with names, man. One more time.
Fanon.
Fanon, right. Gotcha. Yeah. No, man, just Yeah, Fanon, right. Gotcha. Yeah, man. So what are you talking about? I'm sure you're talking about a lot of things, but
nah, man. I mean, the topic of it was just that I want to see what's the welterweight division going to be about. That's it, man. People in the link is what point you want to make. Whatever you think is important, so any message you want to get out.
Man, Happy New Year to the chat also, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, real quick, just there's several things to talk about, obviously, when it comes to that. Bud Crawford, I'm sure you saw it recently. He was, interviewed on whatever platform he was interviewed on. He talked about he wants to fight 2 to 3 times this year, man. And you had Spence. And this is the thing about it, it makes me question, Spence, on Twitter, he put April, right? April XX. You see that tweet?
Yeah.
But he didn't give context to it. I mean, he can be talking about Frank Martin. I mean, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's no context to it. I mean, if he's going to fight in April, I personally highly doubt it's going to be Bud Crawford, but who knows? Who am I, right? I have no idea. But, Bud Crawford, man, it's hard to say with him. I personally don't think it's going to be Spence, man. But if he's going to fight, though, I mean, there's a glimmer of hope, because if Bud said he's going to fight 2 or 3 times this year, depending on his health or what have you, one of them better be Spence, man. One of them better be Spence. Father Time's ticking on this guy. Personally, man, what's your reaction concerning his performance against David Avanesian?
I mean, I thought it was a mismatch to begin with, and I kind of felt like he just kind of carried him. Now I won't say he carried. He probably could have went after him and risked himself a little bit more and got him out there earlier. But I mean, it's the fight that I thought it would. It's the fight that I thought it would happen. He's gonna be able to catch David Avanesian with something, and he'd be able to stop David Avanesian. David Avanesian has been stopped before by lesser fighters. He's been outboxed and beaten by lesser fighters. And I think that even David Abnesian fought scared. Like definitely in that high guard that he kept the entire time. And yeah, the gloves busting was wild, but Terrence Crawford is a top-notch fighter. I mean, regardless of what my opinion is about why he did or why he didn't fight Errol Spence, I just still think he's a very, very solid fighter. One of the best fighters in the world. And I mean, he just did what he wanted to do against him. I saw him get hit, but at the same time, it's boxing. You get hit. One thing I'll say is I don't know whether or not because David Abnesian appeared that he was able to cut the ring off on Terrence. I don't know if that was more like Terrence was not overly worried about getting out of the way because he felt like he could keep his distance with that jab. He's a little more active with his jab than he usually was, right? Going up and down with the jab to kind of keep him off of him. But other than that, man, it was just what I expected. He's going to knock him out. And as the fight went on, I was like, this is not going to go on much longer. As soon as Terrence wants to pick up the gas, he's going to get him out of there. And I figured he would pick up the gas in like 6, 7 or 8,
Yeah. And I personally think, 35, 36, how old is he?
Bud, 35. He'll be 36, I think, in September. I think he turned 35 in September.
And you know how he is, man, as far as, his inactivity. I mean, once a year, something like that. So, I mean, I was surprised, as a matter of fact, when he said he wanted to fight 2 or 3 times this year, man. Kind of excited at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But, it's hard. It's hard to – I take what Bud says with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? With all due respect, too, man. Definitely respect Bud Crawford. But, he's sometimes all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to believe what he's going to do, what he says, because it's not congruent. What he does and says – it's like this, you know what I'm saying? So, It got me kind of, when he said that, it got me kind of excited, but at the same time, it's like, well, Bud, he hasn't really been consistent in what he says. And, the guys he supposedly wants to fight, when it comes to like, who he's going to fight next, cause that's the $1 million question here. If I'm not mistaken, I heard out there from, I guess a source, right? But, it's even hard to believe sources nowadays, but whatever. But a person who really, really, follows Bud Crawford and knows a lot about the rankings, stuff like that, talked about like Boots is probably going to be removed from the WBO contender rankings because he's going the IBF route, apparently. So, it's he say as of now, but I don't think he's going to fight Boots. That's kind of my point. What I'm trying to say here, I highly doubt Bud fights Boots next. I personally think it's going to be someone on the level of David Abnesian, man.
I mean, that's the most obvious. If you look at the people that he can fight, well, first that is just a fact that he's going to get removed from the WBO rankings because he's the IBF interim champion. So when you become the WBA regular champion or the IBF interim, or they usually take people out of those rankings for the other, because he's a champion, right? And they take the champion out of the rankings because they can't force somebody that is holding somebody else's belt to fight somebody. That's my understanding of it. And I think the first person I heard said that was Jake Donovan of Boxing Scene. And I think that Jake Donovan is a reliable source in that regard. But the question for me is, will you fight him as a voluntary? Because if you fight him as a voluntary, the mandatory doesn't come into play. But if you look at everybody else, you have Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis who are fighting each other, who to become Errol's mandatory for the WBA. You have Keith Thurman, who most likely is Errol Spence, because the WBA ordered the fight, and Errol said that he was going to announce what his next opponent was, but then that accident happened and they had to push that back. So whoever he was going to fight was not going to be in April. Whoever he was going to fight was probably going to be it may have been in March or February. And if that's March or February coming off that WBC order, then, just process of elimination tells you that it's Errol. And then I don't think that, or I don't know, but I don't think that the WBA is going to give another pass from the mandatory, because all of those guys, with the exception of the IBF, gave passes on the mandatory all of 2022 for Errol and for the unification of the belts, because the WBA allowed Thurman allowed Ugas to fight Errol and not Stanionis. So that was them overlooking their mandatory for the unification. And then, of course, the WBC didn't order mandatory, and neither did the IBF during the whole time of that negotiation. So it's hard for me to believe that they're going to go into another year and allow all the mandatories to pass for another year. So that's me. Real quick, Brock Howard said Bud fighting 2 or 3 times in 23 is wolf tickets. And Bo Knows Fuego says, yeah, Bud will do 2 to 3 cherry picks. They're going to have to be cherry picks because all the legitimate fighters are taken up. Virgil Ortiz isn't going to be available. Keith Thurman's not available. It's Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis, unless he's going to fight like Cody Crowley, like a Cody Crowley, or he's going to fight Speedy Rashidi Ellis, something like that. But that's my take on it. Hey, much love for y'all. Thank y'all so much for that support. Yeah, that's my take.
He'll probably fight Blair the Flair Cobbs. Woo!
or Blair the Flair Cobbs. And that falls right into the cherry pick. That falls right. But honestly, though, man, I'll take that cherry pick because that would be fun. That would just be a lot of just fun to watch the stuff around the fight. But it's definitely not going to be. If it's not Boots, then it's not going to be anybody that is any real. It's not going to be anybody that is a real threat or anybody that you really want to see him fight. So it's probably just going to be cashing out on, whatever amount of money they're going to get to BLK Prime to build the BLK Prime app, to build that app. Somebody said, is that a network? Tony asked if there's I guess I should have said the app, but that's my take on it, man.
Yeah, some people misinterpreting BLK Prime as a promotional company. I heard out there, but it's not even a promotional company from what I understand. And the thing is, it would be a sad outing, man, for Bud Crawford to bow out of his career to fight these names that, these lower tier names. And I obviously say it with all due respect, but also, to add to that, it seems like that's where he's going to go, even though Bud is super unpredictable and we don't know what the heck these guys, what he's going to do. But, he's said it time and time again, just to back his foreseeable future, just to back, he said that he's talked about, in paraphrasing, obviously, that his legacy cemented. He's done it all. He was asked recently, obviously. I mean, we can go all the interviews. You already know. I won't have to repeat all. But, he's
right.
Talked about, I've done it all. Why do I want to be this undisputed again? I've been there, done that. So he even told Brian Custer about a year ago, man. I mean, people don't understand and don't listen or something. He said about a year ago to Brian Custer, salute to Brian Custer. He said something like, he was asked about the Spence fight, as everybody is asking him. And he said, what, are you going to fight him? Or is there a possibility? And he's like, nah, probably never. He said it so nonchalantly.
He said, when do you see it happening? And he said, honestly, I don't. Something to say, honestly, I don't see it happening. And he stayed true to that. Sad. So, I mean, if, we, good Lord willing, we finished 2023 and then he hasn't fought this guy and then he just bows out his career. Super sad. And I think he would get more criticism in the future than praise in his career. Wouldn't you think? Yeah, definitely. A lot of criticism. Yeah, and a lot of criticism if he doesn't take that fight, because that was that's the biggest fight that's the most important fight of your career, and you turn down the most important fight of your career, and you can say, but most people don't remember the fighters that he fought, like the things that really make you in my opinion, like just looking back at all the fighters that were wound up being down as great fighters, they had the one fight that everybody said, oh, we want to see you fight this guy. A lot of people think that you can't win. From Roy Jones Jr. had a fight. I mean, he had it early in his career, but with James Toney. He had the fight with Ward had Kovalev. Floyd Mayweather Jr. had Manny Pacquiao and Oscar De La Hoya, right? So there were there's several things where people are like, or Ali had Frazier, he had Foreman, he had Liston. And those are the fights where people go back and want to see your fight. But what fight, if you really had to think, okay, say Terrence Crawford retires this year, what fight are you going to go back and watch? What fight is there for you to go back and watch?
Porter.
And that ain't much of one. You know what I mean? That's a fight. That's more like that's more like what happened in that. What was that? How do you Like, how you throwing the towel? He just literally, the fight was going, and then he got in trouble for 1 round, and they threw in the towel. So it's like, I mean, nah, there's nothing really where you look back and you're like, wow, man, what a great, everybody in the boxing world. And how many fights do you get where everybody in the boxing world wants to see it? Like, you may have had like fights where a lot of people wanted to see Terrence fight this guy. A lot of people wanted to see it, but for you to be in the center stage of the boxing world and not take the fight, which is the center of all boxing conversation, for 6 months, and you walk away to go fight David Avanesyan, right? It's just such a tremendous letdown for people that it's hard for people not going to remember you for that, because they were going to remember you for winning the fight or losing the fight. But God dog, are they going to remember you for not taking the fight?
Wow.
That's
humiliating,
that's just
man.
something you got to do, Like, you just got to bite the bullet, and you got to do it. You just got to bite the bullet, and you got to do it. That's me, man.
Yeah, and real quick, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Jay Miller said, "Fanon with the Marine Corps T-shirt, Semper Fi in the building." Yes, sir. And I'm not a Marine. I support a friend of mine that's in the Marines. But much love and shout out to all the people in armed services. Nothing but respect for y'all. Thank you, Jay Miller. Yeah, but that's me on that, bro.
And you know what gets to me is that, speaking of this, like, the welterweight division landscape, like what's going on with Ugas, man? He's been out for a minute. I mean, he has to get back in the train, man. I mean, ever since the Spence beating, Spence put a work on him. Ugas just disappeared. That's the thing. He has to get back in the mix, man. I don't know what is he gonna do. What's next for Ugas?
I don't know what's next for him, but his first thing is probably to heal. He fractured an orbital bone. So I remember that he was maybe 3. He wasn't allowed to even work out until maybe 3 months ago. Something like that was when he was allowed to start exercising again. So, I mean, it's like, that is really tough on him. But he says he's going to come back, man. But that dude was near something that was like, that's a very, very major injury, man. That's a major, major injury. Because if that happened to him, like it happened to Kell Brook, but then Kell Brook came back in his next fight, he fractured the other one. Because when you had, and I did a video about it, because I can't remember, some doctor had said something about that, because he has screws in his eyes, he has they repaired it with with metal. There's metal in his face. So, and they had bolts and things going through there where they talked about how he actually repaired the orbital bone. They have to remove your eye, move your eye socket and work in through the back. That once they did that and they get all that screwed in and tight, because of the pressure on this side, the likelihood of you fracturing the other side goes up. So, that's something probably where he really just needs to make sure that he heals and does all of that. I wouldn't push it back if I was him. And he just got 2 really big paydays too. So, he got the big Manny Pacquiao payday. He got the big Errol Spence Jr. payday. But I wouldn't mind seeing, if he comes back, getting, fighting somebody, and he would be somebody that I think would be good for Terrence Crawford to fight too.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
If that's where, that's where you're coming with it, Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right, just real quick, man. I don't want to take up much of your time. And I'm saying,
what's your bro? We talking boxing. It's all good. What's up?
Oh, cool. Caleb Plant and Benavidez, man. When are they fighting? Around March? April?
I don't know, man. I think it's. I don't know when they said that I think they signed it. Hold on.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that thing's good to go, but it's still not being promoted. It's not being really, they're pretty low key about it. You know what I'm saying? But apparently it's good to go. It's good to go. Yeah. So I understand.
It'll be interesting to see if they announce that. Yeah, they don't have it. They don't have it on BoxRec, so they don't have a date yet. But I'd be interested to see if they start promoting that this Saturday in the tank.
Yeah.
In that Tank, in the fight with Tank and Garcia. I wouldn't be surprised if they start talking about that then. But yeah, I don't know what the date is for that date is. Oh, Rick Tim said March 11th is the target date for David Benavidez and Plant. Okay, so that's what's up. Yeah, that'd be good. I just can't wait I just hope they hurry up and get these things going, man.
And do you think Caleb Plant's power is being a little bit overrated because he knocked out, Durrell? I mean, do you think it's been a little bit too hyped up?
I mean, I wouldn't take it too far, man. Andre Dirrell been through some battles, man. You know, Anthony Dirrell, excuse me. You know, is an older fighter, been through, really been through something. He did hit him with I love that. That double hook to finish up on top, man. But, I don't know, man. I don't think he turned into Mike Tyson. No.
No.
You know what I mean? I think I think he got him one, he got him with a nice shot, got him out of there, man. That's where I am on it, man.
Hey, good stuff here, man. I just forgot. How did I forget? Tank is fighting this Saturday. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, who you got in that, man?
Yeah, I got Tank. But I mean, I know it's not an easy fight. I mean, this is a nice fight. You know what I'm saying? I definitely Hector Garcia, it's going to be a really good fight. If I'm mistaken, he's a former Olympian too, right?
Yeah, yep. Undisputed. He's an undefeated champion at 130, undefeated at 130, and he's a former Olympian. Yeah. And
are they fighting they fighting at 135?
Fighting at 135 for Tank. Yeah, he's moving up to 135. I don't think he's dropping his belt though, but he's moving. Yeah, he's moving up to 135 for that. And
I saw a clip of Hector Garcia the other day, hitting the mitts, and he looks big, man. This is a big guy. This is a strong guy, man.
No doubt about it. Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a 135 pounder. Right, he's skilled. Probably somebody. Yeah, and he's a skilled fighter. People that keep telling me that he's slow. So I can't, and he probably doesn't. I don't know if he's got really big, has really big power or not. But he's a southpaw, so the southpaw matchup is gonna be interesting to see, man. But I'm about to bounce, brother. I appreciate you, Renee. But it's right about 3 hours. I gotta cut the show.
Have a wonderful year, man. Blessings up to your family, the chat, everybody. Thanks so much for a little snippet of time here, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, hey, man, make sure you still doing videos, right, Renee?
Yeah. Pushing content, yeah.
Yeah, man. Make sure you guys put a link in the chat, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Renee Box Young. He's got a really good channel, man. Love your work, brother.
Thanks for all your support, bro. You've been supporting me for years, man. I really appreciate you, man. You're the guy. You know what I'm saying? I learned so much from you, man.
Appreciate you, man. You take care,
right.
Renee.
Right on. Peace out. Peace.
John Bowie. John Bowie in the building with Bud. Quote of the day, man. Bud, Benavidez is only 25 and he still ain't had his man strength yet. Oh, DS, you lying, right? He's only 25. He only got his man strength. Bro, your man strength is there at 25. John Boy said, Bud, people underestimate Plant's ability to box and now get hit. Oh, I'm not underestimating him. I think Caleb Plant's a very good fighter. Ho. He said he's a hoe, bro. Yes, sir. Now, I'm not going to say he is, man. You know what it is, man. I'm trying to be nice to Bud, man. Y'all will not let me be nice to Bud for nothing, man. Y'all will not let me be nice to Bud for nothing. Y'all will not let me be nice to Bud for nothing. A whole ASS. Yeah, man, I ain't lunching on him. Believe that, man. I'm not lunching on that, man. I know that, man. I'm not, look, let me tell you, I would not be shocked if he beat David Benavidez. I'm just picking David Benavidez to win that fight. I'm just very high on David Benavidez, man. I'm very high. Is a itch. Much love in that super chat, John Boy. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that support, bro. It's huge. Bud had the most cherry-picked resume. I mean, he got a lot of it in there, man. Regardless of the outcome, nothing but respect for Benavidez and Plant already for war. Yeah, exactly, man. You know what I mean? I like both fighters. I think they're both very solid fighters. So looking forward to seeing what happens, man. But look, I'm going to jump up out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for y'all support on this first day of the year. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.